It's Wrecking Ball Radio.
Shut up and entertain me.
There's no rules. There's no rules.
Holy sh**, it's amazing.
I see her sarcasm and nastiness grow.
This is Davin's Den.
Good evening, everybody.
Everybody, good evening, good evening.
You are listening to Davin's Den in Chorus. Yes, Davin's Den, the show that is better than a milk mustache at a comedy show.
Oh boy.
Yes, we are better than that. You can watch us on davincomedy.com and on Facebook Live on the Davin's Den page. I'm your host, Davin Rosenblatt. I'm joined by Joe Carey. No, I'm not. Liar! Liar!
Stop telling the people fibs.
And he was actually here on time.
Yeah, I know, and then he had to go do something.
I don't know what he's doing. And Pip, he looks a little Pip.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, he was here on time. He seemed rested and
Yeah.
had equipment set up that we didn't need.
Yeah, you know what? Rested, relaxed, and ready.
Yeah, it was
and
ready.
then something happened.
Yeah, I think maybe if I turn up the main
Yeah.
and turn us down. I'm just
Try that.
I'm just worried about hitting,
Yeah, spiking.
but we'll see. We're talking levels at the top of the show. I apologize. Anyway, on the show, scamming scammers, and part 3. I got a couple words about scammers. Don't know if I'll be able to get it in under the 10 minutes, but I will try my best. Couple of things that hit home this week.
Wow.
Yeah, and shows how serious it is. Fart stories and a smelly rumor about a former president.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'll tell you what. I've been thinking about this topic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I have an opinion on whether he's guilty or not.
Oh, okay.
Of the accusations, not the criminal case.
That doesn't matter. We'll get to that.
No, but
there are more important
the
things.
more pressing of the flesh issues.
Pressuring.
Yes, but I think my logic is sound. This is almost a great debate of absurdity. It almost should have been a great debate of absurdity.
You know what? If the world wasn't this insane now, it would be a great debate of absurdity.
One of us takes the position of he did, and well, we'll get there.
Yeah.
And in the news, this is also absurd too, I think. In comics in the news, a comedian says tough titty to a breastfeeding mother.
Yes.
I'm sure you have opinions on that.
Sorta.
Sorta?
Sorta.
Okay. Oh, there's Joe.
I see him.
It's ground control that made you stupid. You can't. Can he hear us? I don't know.
I don't know.
Do I have to call? Oh.
Oh, all right.
I can hear you, but the whole world is going to be hearing me.
Uh-oh.
What was that?
I don't know, but he it sounds like he has pronouncements.
Okay.
It's going to be a scary evening.
Yeah. What do you? Is tonight the night you come out? Joe's gonna sashay his little tush on the catwalk, and there'll be the cat.
Not now, you hurt my feelings. No, you'll be surprised.
Trust me, you've been sharing a lot with me lately. I'll take the deprivation. I'll take it as a win.
Sashay away.
Yes. All right. So, I before we start the show, Pip drove down my driveway, and I don't know. She saw.
Thank you. I made it all the way down.
The cable guy.
We'll get there. But because I'm a glutton for punishment, fresh off the fig wasp, what did you discover, pray tell?
That you seem to have a standing mailbox.
Oh, it was never knocked over, but the post was cracked.
Oh,
So they
okay.
kind of like smushed it together. But
I
yeah.
was looking to see the Paul Bunyan mailbox,
no.
and there it was
No.
standing, and I thought, oh, well, maybe something good happened this week. No,
Before I get to house antics,
that.
and there's always house antics.
Sure.
A quick thing about the protests that are sweeping all over the nation in these colleges. First of all, let me tell you my position on protests. In general, I hold them only slightly above parades, which I do not like, as things I consider a complete waste of time and stupidity.
So we can sit around and wait for the unfair float to come by?
Yes, it goes by, they go, wah! Oh, that's my favorite.
But Oh, wait a second. It looked beautiful when written out in flowers.
Well, to be fair, it wasn't written out in flowers. It had a weeping willow on it. Oh, stop it. Stop it.
No, stop.
As someone who is naming trees and weeds before the show.
I wasn't naming them. I was using their correct terms.
Well, so was I. Weeping willow. Anyway, okay. So, to me, and before I expound, the only way a protest is useful, like if you're protesting members of government that can actually do something,
right.
like January 6th, if they didn't go on a tourist vacation in the Capitol building, like if they were just there to protest what they thought was unjust, okay, that makes sense. I get it. Right. Or if you're protesting a decision by your state government or your Congress people and you want to be outside the office and you want them to know how displeased you are, like we've seen that in like state capitol buildings a lot over the past few years, when especially with like abortion and other things where people will be in the Capitol and protesting. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me. Your average protest, or if you were on strike and you were outside your place of business, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
If you were protesting Israel and Gaza, and you're on a college campus, yeah, what are you doing?
Wait.
No, there's no wait. I wasn't impressed in the 60s either, and I wasn't there.
No, they're particularly at Columbia, the university, they are protesting because the university takes their funds and they invest them.
So you know what I would say? Well, a lot of the universities do it.
Right. They want them to divest.
Yeah, they're not gonna. You know what I'd say? We're gonna divest your ass out of here.
Yeah,
all right. Well,
told them stop it.
Okay. All right. Here, if my daughter were to do this,
Yeah.
and I'm paying for her education, which me and her wife are, and she's gotten a lot of scholarships, and I told you where she's going the other day, and we were paying for her education, and she was doing that stuff. I would tell her, I am not paying for you to go camping on the quad and play radical. You get your ass in class, or you pay for this. I am not. This is not what I agreed to pay for. Oh, I'm going to classes. Fine, go to classes, but you're not sleeping in your dorm. You don't even like camping. Well, she wouldn't do this because she doesn't like camping. She'd be like, ew, bugs, and like she'd call her mother up. Mom, can you get rid of the bug? but I mean,
get rid of the protesters, Mom.
But if that was my kid, enough. Get your ass back in class. You are not there for that. You are making zero difference. You know who's impressed by what you're doing? Iran is impressed by what you're doing. It's not helping the people in Gaza. It certainly is not helping.
Also on the campuses, I mean, everything is closed down. The kids can't get to class. They can't do this. If I'm paying college tuition, I'm not paying X amount of dollars for remote learning now when it's unnecessary because you're kowtowing to this contingent of students.
I agree. I agree with you 100%. How dare these students? How dare these students block off some of the campus? And the fact that the schools tell, like in Columbia, they told the Jewish students, well, you should remote learn. Excuse me? I am paying for the college experience. This isn't COVID where everybody's hair was on fire because we didn't know what to do. We know what to do. And Joe, we had this argument last week, and I hate to say it, I was absolutely right about this. The NYPD can do nothing because Columbia is a private school.
Right. And
Well, you didn't say that last week. You were fighting with me about it.
I was generalizing the argument today with the generalization. It was on the campus. Basically, you told me that he can't do. I brought it up on the college campuses, and then you said, well, he can't do anything because it's a private entity. Now, at that juncture in the argument, discussion, whatever, I did not say that was wrong. I said, oh, okay. Now, with that being said,
That's not what happened.
It's a shame on the administration at Columbia that they're handcuffing the rest of the students over kowtowing to the ones that
Columbia? What about USC? These poor kids who didn't get a high school graduation. We talked about USC last week. You know, we were talking about the speeches from the valedictorians and all the other speakers. They canceled commencement. These kids who graduated in 4 years did not get a high school graduation because of COVID, and now you're not giving them a college graduation? And you know what? As a parent, excuse me, I paid for that. And I said it last week, you fucking figure it out. You get more than that many people there for a football game, you figure it out. It is inexcusable. And I'll tell you one thing. Now, I did not, where you and I argued last week, I didn't, and I still stand by this, I do not need my politician saying, take matters into your own hands. That is exactly the wrong message. But if I was a student at, say, USC, and I wanted to graduate, you damn well, right, and there might be fights. There might, and I'm not, and I don't want anybody in a position of authority condoning that. That's the absolute message. But if I had worked my ass off for 4 years, and my family's coming in, and we had plans, we've been planning this for a year, they're going to see me walk down the aisle, and now I'm deprived because you want to do a protest for which you know nothing about. First of all, this war's been going on forever, and it's terrible what's going on. Where were your complaints about Sudan or Darfur? There are horrible things. Or how about the women in Afghanistan, now that we left, that are under the rule of the Taliban? Where are your complaints for that? Or the women that get stoned in or the woman who died in Iran because she didn't have the proper hijab? Where are your protests? You don't know what you're talking about. Well, we didn't know, Joe. That story got nixed. I sent that one got nixed. We're going to do it in the following because that's where I'm going to talk about scammers. That story. I sent the email last week. Yeah. But I know. But yeah, I do know what you're talking about. And this is anti-Semitism. Let's just call it what it is. And the schools have failed to protect the students. Can you imagine this happening to black students today? Where they tell the black students, stay home, we can't protect you, and people are on campus shouting racist things at black students. No. You wouldn't have hand-wringing by the faculty.
No. I don't know why any of these students would be yelling anti-Semitic things at Jewish students who are here. They are not the government of Israel.
Listen,
that's crazy.
Truth be told, if I would have done my April Fool's countdown properly, because I didn't want to have a politician as number one, but I definitely would have won. What's his name?
Netanyahu?
Not Netanyahu would have been the fool by the year.
Yeah.
Of the year. That guy is god awful, and what he's doing in Gaza, terrible. But that does not give you the excuse to behave the way you are behaving. You are making zero impact on them. If you want to protest and you're in New York City, go to the Israeli embassy.
Right.
Stand there. You don't have to block the quad. You know, I just want to get to my chemistry class.
Be appropriate in what you're protesting.
Right. Go where it matters.
Yeah.
You're doing raise money for the organization. They deliver food all over the world. It's a famous chef. You know, meals for whatever. They, raise money for them because they lost seven people because of an Israeli airstrike.
I think it was 7.
Because apparently Israeli military at times doesn't know what the hell it's doing.
Don't send the bombs now while the aid workers are there.
Listen, there are plenty of things to be upset about. And I'm saying this as a Jew and somebody whose family in Israel. But be appropriate. Know what the hell you're doing. Because I'm telling you this right now, and I'm not the first one to say it. This and the border and that type of stuff, and because people don't think things out, they think of headlines. This is the type of thing that gives the election to Trump. And these spoiled kids think they're upset now. Wait till they get 4 years of President Trump. They're gonna have a lot to cry about. Pussy hats ain't nothing. So I mean, and listen, there's nothing that Trump or Biden or anybody.
Can I stop you for a second? It says Gavin Rosenblatt under your name, but I think we should just shove the Joseph T. Curry over to that section.
It took me a while. Sorry. No, not at all. No, Joe, you and I argued about something very specific last week, and I still stand by that point. I do not want my government officials...
When you pointed it out with college campuses, I said, oh, okay, I got it.
No, you didn't. I wish course you did. You absolutely did not. Listen to the tape. No, but whatever. What I'm saying is, and there's nothing that Biden or Trump could do. But Biden's condemned it, whatever. Trump would condemn it or wouldn't condemn it. I don't know. There's nothing the president can do. But people will look at the country and go, it's chaos. He's the guy. It's going to give it to Trump and these spoiled, liberal, elitist little bitch brats that haven't really worked hard, a lot of them, they're going to be very unhappy under a Trump presidency. And not what he's hinting might happen, not what others are saying are going to happen. What he has said his second administration will be like. So go ahead.
I'm just going to sit here and relax. My job is done.
No, I am extremely consistent in my thoughts. I don't like parades. I've always thought parades are stupid. And I've always thought protests are stupid. I don't get it. You know, and here's the thing. Here's what was the difference between the 60s protests and these protests. In the 60s, there was real consequences. Forget about what the causes were and which was just or not just. I don't want to get into that. They knew they were going to jail. They knew they were going to get beaten by the police. They knew they might spend a considerable amount of time in jail. That's not what's going on here. They know that they're going to be released in a few hours. They know that all the cameras are watching and they're not going to beat these kids. I'm not saying they should beat these kids, but
no, I didn't think you were saying that.
But
there are consequences. They're talking about suspending or expelling.
Finally, where has this been?
I don't know.
Right, exactly. And it's like you said, during the protests in the 70s, if you went to a protest during the 70s, you were under the feeling that you were so full of your convictions that you knew stuff was going to get heavy.
Well, I was talking specifically about the South in the 60s and after Martin Luther King was assassinated.
That is well. I mean, the firm belief that you will be, accosted by the police for a firm belief that you had over a right.
And
It's totally something,
And you know what? Take off your mask. If this is what you believe in, and I'm not going to say whether you're right or wrong. Clearly, I have my opinions.
Yeah.
But if this is what you believe in, don't be a pussy. Let's go. I mean, it's such a I hate to condemn the younger generations. I'm always the one that sticks up for them on this show because I've seen how great a lot of these kids are. But I can't stick up for them for this. You don't know what you're talking. Listen, you're a child still. That's okay. It's okay. We all listen. I only wish I was committed to such nonsense in my early 20s. I can't fathom, my senior year, my junior year. No, I wasn't going to do anything like this. But, I mean, if you're going to be convicted, go all the way. And now they're holding, like in Colombia, they held like a janitor hostage. What are you doing?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Listen, man, just rack up the felonies. Nobody's going to hire you.
Well, that's why they're covering their faces, because they live in a generation where everything you do is recorded and played back at your job interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the life they live right now. You think that protesting on campus, doing things that are illegal during the time of that protest isn't going to come back to haunt you for the next 40 years?
But we talked about this several months ago, but like queers for Palestine, they would push you off a building. You're going to chant death to Israel, death to America, which is your right. I think it's disgusting, but it's your right. And I would fight for that right. Mm-hmm. But know who you're cheering for. Know what would happen with you and your little rainbow flag. If you were doing that in downtown Gaza. Just be.
But the funny thing is that these kids don't do enough research to know that, Palestine, whatever. I mean, if you're gay, they're going to push you off a roof. You don't know this.
No. Well, listen. I don't know. I don't know how plugged in I was at that age. I just know I wasn't camping on the quad. First of all, I don't like camping.
Wonder where your daughter gets it. The bugs. I'm in.
But Bill Maher was brilliant. He said, we don't know how to get these kids out of the tents. I know how to get them out. Wait till they need to charge their phones. I wish I'd thought of that, but But I mean, so listen, the way the faculty has reacted is ridiculous. I mean, enough is and I don't understand free speech, you have a right to free speech. Not on a private campus, you don't. You don't have that right.
We've talked about this a lot, that free speech does have limitations, practical limitations. You can't yell fire. You can't do certain things on private property.
And this is private property.
Yeah.
You want to piss off the donors? You want tuition to really skyrocket? I mean, right now, a lot of tuition is $70,000, $80,000 a year. Now, you get a lot of that money. You can get a lot of that money back in scholarships. It's really hard to get financial aid. Like, you have to be destitute to get financial aid. But you can get a lot of it back in certain scholarships. But you're still spending $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year. You want that to skyrocket? Keep on pissing off the Jewish donors. Keep on pissing off the alumni. You know who pulled out of Columbia? Owner of the Patriots, Kraft. He pulled out, and he has donated millions and millions and hundreds of millions of dollars a year. Keep it up, kids. Keep it up.
And it brings up, like you mentioned, like if you're hypothetically sort of called, if I had a son or daughter that goes, I'm campus, and the cops can't do anything. Yeah, but I can. I'm going to be there in an hour.
Yeah.
We're going to stop protesting.
Yeah. No, you know what? I would go. Listen, I'll let you protest. You're not sleeping in the quad. You're not preventing anybody from doing something else. You're not shouting anything. And if I turn on the news and I see you acting like an ass, guess who's coming home? Guess who's coming home? I mean, if you want to protest, listen, it's part of the youth. It's part of the mob mentality, part of belonging. It's not just kids who do this. People like to go along with the crowd. I understand I'm different than a lot of people. And then I'm like, okay. Anyway, I get that I'm different, but I understand why these kids are doing it. It's just frustrating that they're behaving so badly. They have no context, and the people who do know better are allowing it to go on and on and on to the fact where it adversely affects the rest of the student population. That's what it is. Like we're talking.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. And the thing about it is one of the reasons because, we don't want to hurt their feelings. We don't want to. Okay, what about the Jewish students that are feeling to their lives on campus and you're offering no protection to?
And another thing, and I don't know, there might be a school of fools about this, but I don't know. I don't know what we have. But like these teachers that are saying these anti-Semitic things. There's been cases of this, or locking arms with the students. I don't want you out there. I don't want you out there. Free speech. You do, but I'm paying your salary, and your alumni is paying your salary, and I have students who are paying your salary who don't agree with this. Do that on your own free time. You're not doing it here at work. And Google got rid of a bunch of people at work because they were protesting. Like the Google search, get to stepping, stupid. That was what the Google search said. So you can do it, but you can't do it here. You can't.
Yeah.
And like I said, we've always had the argument stand about the rise of anti-Semitism. My contention has been before the whole thing, in October 7th, the protest, that I don't believe, it's there, but I sometimes believe that the FBI is fudging the numbers due to a request from the establishment, not the establishment, the presidency.
Yeah, I don't agree with that at all.
But that's another argument. However, you didn't figure that there was so much anti-Semitism on campuses the way it is.
Well, I was having this conversation with Sensei Ferdico because he's very concerned about us. And I said, he's talking about the fringes. I go, well, the one thing that unites the fringes, whether it be the right or the left, is anti-Semitism. Yeah. That seems to be a real uniter. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed with this Speaker Johnson of late. He's been talking. Now, I know he's doing it for political points. I know this guy has no spine. Yeah. I know this guy goes where the wind blows. That being said, and I know going to Columbia was purely for political points to change the topic of Marjorie Stupid Taylor Greene trying to oust them. I know all this. That being said, what he is saying, I agree with.
Well, what specifically are you referring to?
That, for instance, like that if the faculty can't protect, if the administration can't protect the students, the Jewish kids, they should be fired and replaced. Now, I don't know how you do that midstream, but yeah, He said the most important thing is to keep the student body safe.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't do this, if kids are feeling intimidated, can I tell you, when you go on these campus tours, not every tour, but on the campus tours, they will show you, all right, this is a call box, and if you ask about the police, yeah, we have the campus police, and then the town police respond, and they're this many minutes away, and there's always somebody, and if you need somebody to walk you to your dorm, if it's late at night, they will walk you to your dorm. No question. All this stuff they stress about the safety of the student, which as a parent, you're trusting your kid, you're trusting that you're going to protect your children. So you want to hear this stuff. And now you're saying there's nothing we can do. It's not good enough. It's not good enough.
Well, I mean, the schools, the colleges themselves, they're working under the theory of in parentis loco, which means that they are the parent, the local parent. They are.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
Students.
Right now, family services would take the kids away.
Well, that's to your point, is that they're not doing a great job of protecting the kids. If indeed the Israeli or just plain American Jewish students are feeling intimidated, or threatened by the protesters. Now, there's absolutely no reason for that to be happening. Like we've been saying, is that there's a difference. I mean, I do understand the impetus to feel enough passion about a subject that you want to protest. You feel the need to because all other avenues have been insufficient.
Here, let me give you an example. You and I, Pip, were very displeased about how the 2016 election turned out. We didn't make excuses for what, but you and I were very unhappy that Donald Trump beat Hillary Clinton. Were you moved in the days that followed by the pussy hat demonstrations? Because I sure as hell was not.
I understood the reasoning behind it. However, I have said from the get-go that I think that you really watered down the power and the message of your, protest, and you're asking for relief from something that you find that is egregious when you wear your pussy on a hat down the middle of the city street.
But here's the thing.
If I was wearing a little penis helmet because I had, I was a man and I was protesting, no, stupid.
What were they protesting? The Electoral College? What were they protesting? The guy won. What were they? It was days afterwards. The time to make your point felt about how much you liked this Donald Trump was to get out the vote. That was the time to. That's the type of passion you should have marched with your little pussy hats then. The guy won the election. What are you doing now but just pissing people off and making memes? It was stupid.
And many times, in the past years, we've discussed protests, marches, and whatever the situation, the story was, for plain water, it was a situation of people actually destroying a narrative.
Yes.
That was a perfect example,
Yeah, no, it's like don't water down your message by being silly and allowing the fringe units. I'm not saying that the people who wore pussy hats were fringe people. I'm just saying that they were. If you're screaming something that's really logical and effective, if you're screaming the truth, no one's listening to you because you're screaming. All they hear is screaming.
I agree with that, but not to go back to 2016, but really quickly. What were they going to change? The election was over. Listen, was it fair and square? Who knows? I'm not going to get into all that right now. I'm just saying, in the days after the election, showing your anguish as a woman that Donald Trump was president was going to accomplish nothing. We know a lot of women hated him.
The only thing it would have accomplished is if you position the hat right, the labia will work as a little lid, like a baseball hat. So if it rains, your eye won't get wet.
Well, there's that, Joe. And that means a lot coming from you. Because you're unfamiliar with a wet pussy hat. So anyway, let's move on.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, there's a point to protest. There are reasons, and there are times where
very few. Very few.
It's just the problem is that when you get such a group of people and you have people with actually different agendas sometimes, and they're all marching and yelling different things, and they're wearing something ridiculous on their head, everything's lost.
Listen, I guess they want these schools to divest. I'd be like, listen, we make this much money off of it. Everybody's tuition is going to get raised X amount. You good with that?
Well, I was listening to somebody who was, a lot more knowledgeable about, international companies and corporations. And it's like, well, you have to know that it's become very convoluted because you have, okay, so are you talking about just you are divesting from investing in Israel itself, in companies that are owned by Israelis, companies that work with Israelis, companies that provide services to Israel?
My answer to that is yes.
I mean, like, what exactly are you saying divest?
They don't know.
Intellectual. Why do I keep saying that? International companies have their hands in all different countries now. So exactly what is your point? Like, do you have a specific company or stock you want them to divest from?
I don't even...
Or anything that smells of they might have bombed Gaza.
I don't even know, and then I want to move on to my house.
Yeah.
I don't even know why the administration is meeting with them. I'd be like, no! Where nothing is negotiable! You're not changing anybody's mind. You want to protest out there? We have a certain level of tolerance, depending on the school, what that tolerance is. I'm not meeting with you. You're accomplishing nothing.
Yeah, no, in this particular case, I agree with you because I think that they've missed the mark on what their mark should be.
Yeah.
This is doing nothing. You want the 60s? You want to protest because it makes you feel like you're doing something? It's like, remember Kent State, kids. Make sure you know what you're marching and protesting.
I mean, you want it? Fine. We'll bring in the National Guard. You'll get your head split open, and nobody's going to hire you.
And that shouldn't happen, but it does.
I think the cows haven't had a negotiation because they don't want to. They want to be tolerant of them. However, they're being tolerant of people that are harassing the Jewish students.
Yeah.
They're being tolerant of people that are in the commencement ceremony. Kids can't go to class on a school you're paying, $80,000 to. The administration has got to take a stand and tell these kids enough. We're done.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on. Let's go on to my house. I don't know why I felt like, that's usually something we would talk about in the newsy section.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're timed on that now, and we haven't had a conversation. I got to say I hate parades. So.
I got to tell you something about parades. When I was a kid, you used to watch the hometown parades. Now, when you would watch the Russian parade, they've been soldiers, there's missiles, there's been tanks. You watch my parades like my hometown, there's an ambulance, a fire truck. I'm like, I don't think we're going to win the Cold War.
All right. Now you sound like Trump, who wants the military parades for Arbor Day and shit. We're gonna.
I'm just saying, it's like, we got ambulances, so I don't think we're going to win this.
I want the missiles. It's Arbor Day. I want the missiles down Pennsylvania Avenue. Those trees knew what they did. That oak had it coming. Of course you would. All right. So, Wednesday, the cable was finally fixed.
Oh, hallelujah.
All the channels work. The internet seems to be fine.
Wow.
I have to call billing still to see how much money I can get back. But then something happened because this is our house.
No.
Yes.
What?
The fridge died. The downstairs fridge died.
Seriously?
Why would I make that up?
For the show. But
we need content. Quick, break something.
Yeah. Something in this house break. No, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Get the fuck out. You're not getting my wife's weeds now.
I have to leave. I know what the weeds. I went her creeping Jenny.
Whatever the hell you call it. You get none now. So, now, to be fair, this refrigerator's 30 some odd years old. So, you can't complain that the fridge... You usually get 10 out of it. That's the new stuff. The companies got smart. They're like, yeah, we're going to make shit.
Yeah.
So they have to keep on buying new fridges. It wasn't. This was like a Hot Point fridge. I don't even know what Hot Point was, but it was. Lasted 30 some odd years.
Lasted, yes.
So we got a lot of things. Now we have a lot of moving parts because apparently this thing had died for a while because everything was defrosted.
Oh.
So now I gotta rush to the store. I gotta get ice because you're figuring out what do we refrigerate, what do we try to freeze, what do we try to cook, what do we throw out. You play that game.
Oh, wait a second. Things are half defrosted, and you're trying to decide what will and what won't give you botulism. Why didn't you invite me over? Hold on, let me taste test everything. Let you know.
Are you gonna eat this? Because it smells a little funny. I'll eat it. Is that?
Just
Put my mailbox outside the toilet.
Just get me a lazy boy and some Pepto.
Get you a lazy Susan. Spin the botulism.
Let's see. How risky am I feeling?
So I am tasked with going to get ice.
Okay.
So I get 32 pounds of ice, two 16-pound bags
Okay.
of ice. It's early in the morning. I am at the Price Chopper. Is it the Price Chopper? It's the Price Chopper. I am at the Price Chopper. Out of a sitcom, I kid you not. There is one woman online. I don't want to go with the self-checkout. I don't like the self-checkout, especially with big bags of ice. I got to maneuver and find the barcode. I don't want that. There's one woman online. This should be fairly quick.
You'd think.
You'd think. This woman, very slowly moving her shaky hand to put the... No.
You are about to make fun of Nana?
I'm about to wish horrible things upon Nana.
Ah!
Oh, let me tell you something. I sit there too and go, be patient. And you take one of an old fast moment.
Yeah.
And that's not an act out. That actually happens every Saturday.
Yes. Yes.
That's not for effect.
Oh no! I've seen him.
It's been enough. There's been enough you stink stories where Nana's on the hot seat.
I've seen the TikToks of Joe. It's,
Only one. It had one 12 years ago coming back from a gig.
Anyway, so she is slowly maneuvering. Oh, come on. Now she's in her purse.
Oh no.
How do you think she pays?
Cash.
It's change. It's fucking change.
Oh, if only.
Try to do a personal check?
Check.
No, and they allow that?
Thank you. Now you're not on Nana's side, are you?
Ugh.
Check. What are we doing?
What are
I would rather see you paying in Bitcoin at this point. What are we paying gift cards?
Paid by check. 35 years ago.
Why? But it gets worse. Why are the supermarkets allowing this? I mean, so then, would you like cash back? What? What are we doing? It's a check, not an ATM. What?
The only thing the old gal doesn't know how to use any of this new shit. That's the only she knows how to pay by check.
Wait,
You
and
gotta sit there and go, it is what it is.
it's a
It's yours, but it is what it is. Of course she's gonna pay by check.
but it's a personal check, and they're saying, do you want to write it for over so you can have cash back?
No, she writes it for the cost. I can give you $30 back. Yes, that's not the answer we're looking for. And this goes on I can give you $30 back. Yes.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is that if you're asking?
So the check was for like $38,
right?
and they're going to give her $30 back. What are we doing? And I get in trouble for sticking ring dings down the front of my pants trying to sneak out of there, and we're just giving old biddies free money? What are we doing here?
And the thing about it is, I'm not really in a rush, but I am kind of now. Because I'm buying ice.
But
And I'm going to wind up having bags of water by the time Nana gets out of here.
and not for nothing, but when you shove those 2 bags of ice down your
I
pants,
said ring dings.
Yeah, I know. But you were holding ice. When you shoved those 2 bags
My
of ice
pants
down
aren't
your
that big
pants,
for 32 pounds
no,
of
It
ice.
looks like you have...
What am I wearing? Not doubloons.
You have,
Pantalones.
MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, I got the pantalones on.
No, but now you have frozen elephantitis of the nuts. That's what you
Would have chilled me out. So now we got to go back and forth. So she's going to get $30. But are you fucking kidding me? She's paying with check, and now she's got to count the money. Oh, and meanwhile, while this is going on, this stuff is sitting there. Nobody's bagging. Nobody's bagging. Oh, wait. Would you like me to help you bag? Bag the old bitch and get her out of here. What are we doing? Something that should have taken 2 minutes took 15 minutes, and the guy's behind. There was a longer line behind me. When it started, there was nobody behind me. There was a longer. Most of the people peeled off. And there's an older guy behind me with a cane. He goes, I hope she's not driving. I go, I bet she is. And he goes, I bet she's like my age. I go, yeah, but you're not that.
Wow, you guys...
And at least you're behind me, so I don't have to deal with your shit.
Yeah, exactly. No. At what point do you realize, like, as an old person, what point do you go, all right, I've lived long enough, fuck everybody. That's one way you can go. Or I'm the problem, I probably need some help. I mean, those are the 2 paths you can go on.
I put in time. It's getting near 8 minutes. I'm like, could somebody else open up another checkout line?
Yeah, but I'm the next in line. I am next, and I got to. There's no way you can win this. Whatever you choose, and I did, you choose wrong. I chose woefully wrong, and I stuck to it.
Yeah, but the thing is that, look, we're all going to get old. Some of us are going to get sick. There's not necessarily this magical closet that you open. Oh, there's all the people that will help me.
Oh, you know what they have? You know what they have, dear? Come here. What? Home delivery!
No, that's not going to work. Look.
Stay home. Be a shut-in with you and your cats. Get off the streets.
No.
You don't belong there. You know where I want to see you? At a goddamn protest. Teach the kids how to do it right.
Are you scolding a lady? You're scolding kids.
Yes.
You know, scolding old people for being old is not the answer.
No, I'm not scolding her for being old. I'm scolding her for being slow and inconsiderate. There's a difference.
Now, what's inconsiderate?
He's right. Slow and inconsiderate. Let me tell you something, and it's coming still, but I'm just an old destitute man.
Yeah, you're not moving well.
I know. I'm going to try to stay the hell out of everybody's way.
Well, you know, the good thing about you is, here's what I respect about Joe. Joe is always on the quest for the fountain of youth. He doesn't know what it's going to do to him, but he's always looking for the fountain of youth. That's what you got to love about Joe.
What? Okay, I'm not even going there. I don't want to know what
I guarantee you that's not the last we've heard about that topic.
No. Listen.
I'm an evil bastard.
We are not new here.
True.
No, but both of you, shame on you. You're going to be that old and quivery and
No!
frail.
No!
And you're both so nasty, nobody's going to help you shop.
So she was nasty and nobody helped her shop. Why are you sticking up for a nasty person? How dare you? I'm a nice person. You're sticking up for... Compared to her, I'm slow.
You are trying to get us on your side.
No.
About how awful nasty.
The cashier comes around like, here you go, boom. Turn it right to her, swipe it twice. Here you go. Bingo, bango, we're out of there. We are out of there because I'm considerate of the people behind me. I know it's not all about me.
And so the store could open up another line.
You know what? Nobody has enough staff.
Let me tell you something. Being at the supermarket is not a pretty sight. Like,
Hold on. Where exactly are you a pretty sight?
all right.
But where's this Nirvana where Joe lightens up?
Yeah. What is this? Where does this exist?
With my adventures at the supermarket, I was there last month, and I'm at the self-checkout, and there's these two inconsiderate people at the checkouts and self-checkout that are totally blocking the way with their carts. You can't get through. So I buy a couple of things. Meanwhile, they don't have a basket for me. I got a big cart. So I buy my 3 things, I put the big cart to the side, and you know the guy that sits there and watches the self-checkout and just stands there and goes, oh, you're going to put the cart back? I go, no, you're there with a thumb up your ass. Why don't you do it?
Good for you.
Wow. You know what? Wait, can we just divert for 1 second and talk about the whole card situation?
I still haven't talked about my fridge, but okay.
Oh, I know. 1 second. There are people that go wild about what a just unholy, evil person you are if you don't return your cart to either the store or put it in the little cart bin.
But you should.
No, I put it in the little cart bin, but they
Okay.
get mad if you don't bring it back all the way back to the store.
No, those are the two options.
And it's like
Those are the options.
they pay somebody
Well,
to go and get the carts and bring them back to the store. So I'm taking that poor bastard's job doing that. Why is everybody mad if you don't put it
by the way,
in the cart corral?
By the way, when I get to the place where the carts are supposed to be,
Yeah.
and they're all out in the corral, my first reaction is, I swear to God, it happened recently. What are we doing here? Are we not paying some ne'er-do-well to do this? What are we doing here?
But they do.
And if you're returning the bus, then Snare-do-well doesn't have anything to do. That's what he goes out there and does.
That's what he does.
Speaking about carts, before I go on, I told Joe this a couple of weeks ago. I was at Aldi's, which is a supermarket, and I got run over by a cart by an Asian guy. And I was telling Joe this, and I just gave him like this really, and this is going to sound terrible, but it's on segment 1, so it's fine. This is good. But I was telling Joe this. I go, if you're the stereotype, you have to be better. You have like we already think Asians can't drive. Like me as a Jewish person, I have to be a good tipper. You know, Joe is a Scotchman, has to be sober occasionally. You just have to be better.
I have to be sober.
Yeah.
I went to Tractor Supply 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to get some corn for the deer. And I walked with my car, and some asshole standing up by this gondola thing, and excuse me, and then I roll around to another gondola on the other side. Oh, I'm sorry, I called him an asshole. I go, really, asshole? And I went on my way. Stupid people have to know they're stupid. We're not calling out the stupid anymore. And we need to start calling out the stupid and inconsiderate.
Well, listen, I don't know what's going to happen the rest of the show. Hello, stupids. I'm just saying.
Just getting that out of the way.
Well, you know, I don't know, because the next parts of the show are, like, time very regimented. So I hate to neglect. Joe wants me to call out the stupids.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to take time when we're being timed.
Exactly. So I'm doing it now, because I'm not being stupid.
When we're freeform.
Right. So I finally get back with my 2 bags of water. Lukewarm, may I add. my Joe Biden bath water.
So you can cool down the botulism bags from the freezer?
A botulism bath, my fave. So now we're playing that game. So now the wife is making hamburgers. I'm cooking hamburgers, skirt steak. We got like 4 turkey tenderloins that have to be. What do we do? Well, the cheese is never going to get frozen again. Well, the cheese is going to get frozen again. We're playing that game with the cheese. What can you refreeze? I'll tell you what does not do well once it's defrosted. Pizza, frozen pizza. But my wife like smushed it down and we refroze. We are gambling here. Chicken sausage, frozen again. Hot dogs, frozen again.
Wow.
Yeah, turkey? Nah, you can't refreeze that. We lost the ground turkey and the thing. So what do we? So we have all this food. I ate more beef that week, but we got to get this. We got to get this fridge replaced.
Yeah.
You know, fortunately we have a big fridge up here, but we stuff it up here. Mm-hmm. So we get a repair guy. You know, and it's the guy we always use.
Yeah.
And he happens to be in town.
Oh.
So he can come right away.
Awesome.
This is amazing.
Yes.
Finally, some luck for the Rosenblatts.
Yeah.
He gets there with quickness. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. That'll be $100. Are you kidding me?
No, that's like my washing machine, but my laundry room looks like the engine room of the Titanic. I figured, let me have a guy come in before I have to go buy another one. You know, $78. Yeah, you need this and this and this and this and this. It's going to be about $1,300. I go, a washing machine's $1,500. Yeah, we're going to. So I had to, it cost me $75 to find out I had to spend $1,500.
But
Right?
but he tells my wife's like her draw jobs. But he, because you did nothing. You did nothing. It's under. Well, I came here. You already had 3 other clients in town. You were here. We've used you a bunch of times.
That's not how it works.
No, it's not. It's a racket, I tell you. So then we go to one of the local stores, and they can't get us a refrigerator till the middle of this week. Mm-hmm. Then we go to another fairly local store. They can get it to us by Saturday, but the wife decides, if we're going to do this, let's go a little bigger.
Uh-oh.
She wants a bigger fridge.
Oh, no.
So, but she still wants the same layout as the one downstairs, where it's like a fridge on the bottom and a freezer on top, because she wants room for the platters. Because apparently now we're the Gatsby's, and we are entertaining every weekend, and we need room for platters. But I'm like, you know what? If she wants it, we're only gonna do. We're doing it now. Right, if this is what she wants. So we had like the standard 18-inch, so now she wants like 24 inches. I got a size queen over here. I guess she's been disappointed in other aspects of her life. No, we don't have a PC Richards over here.
I've been down that route too. They're good.
Yeah, I guess we could have gone to Jersey, but so we went to Best Buy.
Okay.
So she found herself a nice LG, which I like LG. You know, $1,000 later,
Yeah.
and they delivered it on a Saturday, nice and effective.
Yeah.
You know, no complaints. Lost some food, cooked some other stuff. There's a lot of gambling going on right now in the current freezer. They're like I don't know how chicken sausage does after it's been released. It's
I'll be right over.
I mean, we did.
I am so finicky with what I eat. Sometimes I screw up, but I'm so finicky with what might be good for my dad. There was one time that about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my stomach was trying to get stuff out, you know. And I had rehearsal that night, and I had to cancel Fragile Sky. And then Michael writes me and goes, you know, you got to be conscious of what you eat if you have a show. Or I go, Michael, I've been doing this for years. I'm telling you right now, there's no way I'm driving to Jersey and sitting in traffic. I mean, if it was a gig, I'd have to figure it out. But for rehearsal, so what it is on the way home back to my house, the guys are sending me coupons for the pens and shit like that.
Oh.
Shit like that.
But wait a second. So he's lecturing you about what you're supposed to eat, and
He's
I'm very conscious of what sometimes like the bad example was that the show 2 weeks ago. I don't know what I ate, you know, and I had soup, you know, what the heck, and it just sat long, and I'm trying to soldier through, and my whole thing that night was during the scammer stuff. I'm like, I looked very disinterested, and I'm like, I gotta get up and let them know I gotta go, because I don't want to have him call me and go, you know, you're at it again, blah, blah. And I'm like, I gotta go. I'm right back.
Does he understand how many times I don't actually call him when I see it?
I knew we were about to go into syndication, and the syndication part, and I wanted to be back, wanted to be engaged and stuff. But yeah, I tried during chit chat that night. I was having Pepto Bismol. I had every tea, everything. Nothing was working.
sounded like you said during shit chat.
No, it didn't. It did not sound like that. It did
That's
not
what I
sound
heard.
like that. I heard, no, that was you. That was you.
It was chit chat.
Chit chat.
The type out on a live feed actually thought it said that, blocked it with the little stars.
Ah! That's funny. That's funny.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it was chit chat.
Shit.
So the wife cooks up a storm. I've eaten more beef than ever. We get this problem solved, you know. And you keep stuff in the fridge a little longer than you normally would.
Yeah.
You know, you're hoping for the best. We lost some stuff. So then the other night, Sunday night, wife goes into the hall bathroom. 3 cracked tiles in the brand new bathroom on the wall. Maybe from the earthquake. It just doesn't end.
Oh, come on.
Doesn't end.
Come.
And now she wants the deck redone in the back.
Yeah.
And now we're talking about like doing tracks, like ripping up all the wood.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, that's going to be about 20 G's by the time the guy leaves.
Really? Well, then I guess we'll be just getting it restained.
Use
Because I'm not paying 20 G's for that.
that.
You know what that house needs? A for sale sign. It really does. If your daughter's going to school, I don't know.
No, they've done most of the big stuff.
We have.
now.
We've done
Why
most-
would they sell it now?
Yeah.
They fixed it.
You know, these 5 years, so yeah, I guess it's stuck.
Yeah.
No, I mean the house is just the way she wants it.
Use that stain that they use on the stairs that
Let me
go
tell you
along the Niagara Falls.
You can't get oil-based stain in New York anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding me?
Again, why would this be the joke? I got a good one, guys. Here, gather round. We don't have oil-based stain in New York. Am I right?
Hubla!
When I at my old house, when I did it, I used an oil-based stain. When I was in the bench business, we
in office. What do you want me to tell you? Either way, the point is the same. Alf was a top show on television. What's your point?
And they used oil-based stain on his snoot.
I know a snoot with my gas connectors that I sell because they're going to have more gas in another.
Well, that's segment 3. We'll find out about New York Gas in a little while. Don't jump ahead. But yes, as of last April, they no longer are allowed to sell oil-based stains in New York.
Wow.
So we had some guys there go, listen, if you can get it in New Jersey or whatnot, be our guest. I don't care.
Yeah.
But so.
Wow.
So yeah.
You could truck it in.
You're like Smokey and the Bandit with a paintbrush. You don't sell an oil-based stain the race for the best 6 of 5 against the law.
It's not a terrible idea. I do travel. I do drive.
Do you?
I could get it.
Well, that's like when I was a kid. The laundry detergent in Suffolk County, you couldn't have laundry detergent if it had phosphates in it, you couldn't go. So my mom would go to I'd be happy to go to Nassau County. For what? I have to buy laundry detergent. I want clean clothes. And because you eat like a slob, we have to clean up all your mess too on your clothes. So we have to go to
Hey, I wasn't around yet. What do I have to do with this?
He found a way.
Slop towel.
Yeah, so I don't have any phosphates. I got slop towel. What do I need?
Slop towel when he was just slop washcloth. When he was just.
Oh, it was a baby washcloth.
All right, that was a lot.
Yes.
Let's take our first break. On the break, we got music from the Colin Whitaker Band with Come Home. You can learn more about the Colin Whitaker Band at deucemusic.com. And we got Sil Savetti and DJ Combo with Call Me Up. You learn more about them at khp-music.de. When we come back, Scamming Scammers with Maria Milton. There we go. 6 minutes. Always has been.
She knew what it was.
Yeah, because she gives a shit. I don't.
We were speaking in that, like, girl talk.
Weeping Willow. I got nothing out of you. I thought that was done. Not many horticulture jokes. That was it.
Got a lot of whore jokes, just not horticulture.
I got whore jokes, I got culture jokes, just not a lot of horticulture.
Horticulture. You know, you just put your wife in that category.
I don't have a lot of jokes about her.
Yeah, the horticulture.
I did not.
Today it would suck.
Yeah, see, I don't have the main up very high. So if I turn the main up a little bit,
Yeah.
for segment 3,
Mm-hmm.
turn us down.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense on paper, you know, so. So that means it won't work.
Fairly. All right, let's start this up. Echoes in the void.
It's Wrecking Ball Radio. This is Davin's Den.
And we are back. You are listening to Davin's Den. So yeah, did some heavy stuff and not so heavy stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I had big jokes about Stain, so that was good. Some jokes about Stain and Weeping Willows.
In your hardware series, that was hilarious.
Yeah, comedically I killed him. I feel good about what I did there. All right, let's do some scammers with Maria. I'm trying to find the theme song. There we go. All right. So what? Oh, so last week, Maria, she asked me for money. We'd been together for like a day or two, and she wanted $30, and she sent me like a Cash App picture of some woman, Jennifer.
Mm-hmm.
But I was not, as often the case, I was not quick to want to pony up the money.
I don't understand, because I think $30 a day is a reasonable fee for someone you just start dating.
For just $30 a day, you too can keep a whore in Hitachi vibrators.
That's right. Did we already establish?
Cost to run that thing? Batteries don't grow on trees.
All right, so the last thing I said the night before is okay, it's your money. I'm investing in Hitachi. Enjoy. She said okay. So now we go to October 17th of 2022. I say, good morning, my friend. How are you? Not talking to me. She waited a long time to respond to me.
Wow.
She goes, I guess you're a good man, baby. I guess I am.
Oh, she supposes so, huh?
What are your plans for today? I go, being a good man is what you liked about me. I have a game tonight, weather pending. How about you? Must be softball season.
Yeah.
It must have been fall ball. Yes. And I ask her what her plans are. She goes, I'm going to see some friends. I go, that sounds like fun. What will you guys do? She goes, do you want to join us? Oh! Okay. That was not quite the enthusiasm we have. I go, maybe. Where are you going, babe? She goes, chilling. I go, where are you chilling with your friends? My friends, I guess. All right. So clearly, she got very excited, and the Hitachi struck her on the temple because she is not following conversation well.
Or she's been using one for a Q-tip.
Yeah.
Because,
Those
dang.
would be some big ears then. Ears, I said. Ears.
Yes.
She goes, I'm not interested in meeting with you, my dear. I go, you just asked if I want to join you. She goes, yes, my dear. I know that probably, and I don't feel like meeting you.
What the hell do you want?
Yeah.
Well, I know what she wants.
Yes.
She wants money. She wants money. No. Anyway, I go, so why did you ask me to join you? She goes, because I have because I having one men meeting you.
What?
Oh wow. Oh no. Honey, do you smell toast? Because something's desperately wrong.
I go, I don't understand that sentence. Please explain.
Right.
I talk to a lot of scammers, but this is exceptional gibberish.
Exceptional gibberish.
She goes, I love you and want to be with you. I did not see that coming.
No.
She goes, you're not ready to meet me. I go, you just said you don't want to meet me. And she liked that comment. She goes, you're interested mocking me. No. That'll be a couple years later. And then Joe will do the clips. It'll be a couple years later again. But for now, I'm just trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, so am I.
I got clips coming this week, right, Joe?
Yeah.
Good. I go, I've never mocked you. I mean, now we are. But then I didn't.
Right.
Well, I mean, I did a little bit.
There's a little lag time in my mocking
You
here.
sure? I go, I've never mocked you. Stop playing games with me. She goes, with the little help I asked you, which you declined. She goes, well, you can stop texting. Probably your choice.
Yeah.
I go, that is not mocking you. You said I want to meet you. Holy crap, I'm still here. Like if we're not into... What the hell did I write? It's contagious.
Do you smell toast?
I go, like if we're not into me, then just say it. Like, oh, so it's supposed to be like if you're not into me, just say it.
Oh, like.
But I forgot a pronoun and a comma. She goes, I taught you how things are with me here. Again, I taught you because they sound it out instead of they don't.
Right.
I go, but don't say you love me. She goes, I want to meet you, honey. Oh my God.
I just got like whiplash from that conversation.
This scammer is hoping that I am distracted by this porn star's ass and tits, and I am.
That's why you wrote the sentence you wrote.
Working. Your plan is working.
Stare into the fake boobies. Stare into the fake. You're getting horny.
You're getting horny.
I go, you told me you're doing great directing porn and investing in crypto. You just said you didn't. Okay, I don't like being your joke. I was looking for something more fulfilling than being the object of your ridicule. I've turned it around. Nothing to say. I've turned it around. Now she's mocking me.
Huh.
She goes, I'm not a cheat. Sorry if you feel that way. I go, I didn't call you a cheat. She goes, here's my tag. I'm like, all right. I go, okay, are you talking to someone else? She goes, you know what to do with it, honey. I'm like,
Wait.
What? What did you say?
she goes, you know what to do with it because she sent like a cash tag.
Right.
Oh, because you said, are you talking to somebody else?
Yeah.
You know what to do with it, honey. It's like, yeah, you are talking to somebody else.
She goes, you know what to do with it, honey. I go, because this makes no sense. And that's where she sends me a picture of the payment method again with the woman Jen.
Ugh.
Like a wolf.
Yeah.
She goes, you should send me $30 here. I go, now why would I do that after this weird-ass conversation?
Really? How about motivate me to do so?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. I go, you're playing with me. And then she gives me that passcode again. She goes, I don't want to meet you because of the $30. I asked you for 2 days back. You remembered. I go, okay, are you talking to multiple people? Because that's what I think's going on here.
It sounds.
She is.
Yeah. If she's not distracted, dang, she's stupid.
It's always very heartbreaking when the scammers are not focused on their one and only.
It hurts me right here. Oh wait, that's heartburn.
I don't know how they do it. I'm not good with juggling, multiple people at once.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say boobs.
No, I'm not good at juggling multiple people. I have a lot of respect for these people who can.
It's hard work.
It must be exhausting.
It's dangerous work.
It is dangerous work.
It's like hanging off a cliff.
Eventually, it's going to cause problems. But there she is doing it. It would seem
Miraculous.
skilled woman.
Yes.
If only we knew people that were skilled, but we don't. We only know morons and rubes.
should we continue?
I think we should. Hope it's a big meal. Anyway, let's continue. I'm an asshole. Anyway, I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. I go, okay, you're talking to multiple people. She goes, when we were texting, I told about my internet. She goes, I only talked to you. I go, that was not 2 days ago. So I pay $30 and I see you? She goes, I remember telling you. I promise, and if you believe in me, so it. I go, what do I get if I give you $100? What?
Well, no, it just sounds like, hey, you want a party? How much?
Well, I mean, $30, I get to meet her. For an extra $70,
There better be something.
Exactly.
A little something, something.
Look at you splurging.
Yeah.
Trying to get the deluxe package.
He's working against a stereotype. You remember what we were talking about before?
Exactly. Yeah, she gets it. Why don't you? So I go, what do I get if I give you 100? She goes, wow, you get all of me, I guess. So, and also we go home together. Your place or my place. Wherever is closer. I go, I'll come get you. Where is your place? And then she sends me a topless photo.
Of her or...
Didn't she say that she was local? Or like,
No, Newark. So I can get down there.
With the quickness.
And now she sends me a topless photo. So
Oh, that's...
you
Wow.
get blue on the line.
What? Wow, you didn't even spend $1 and you got them titties.
So I ask her, where is your place? I'll come get you. Where's your place? She goes, not after you send it, my dear. I almost feel like if I send the money, I'll never see her.
What?
No. She's been anything, up and up,
Joe, I got to be honest. I find it so hard to trust.
I don't know why you feel that way.
I don't know, because people are deceptive.
No, you've had a history of very outstanding, upright citizens asking you for cash.
Yes. Yes, I have. I go, I'll give you cash.
Yeah. When I see you.
She goes this, like she wants me to send it to her. She goes, I'm not interested if that's what you have as payment. I don't like to have money in my purse.
What? Everybody likes to have money in their purse.
No.
Yeah, apparently there's an old biddy that likes to have a checkbook in hers.
And to be fair, she might not have room for that crisp $100 bill with the Hitachi, industrial size in there.
Oh, yeah, right. There's
You
not...
wrap it around.
It's probably sticky.
Like toilet paper.
Oh.
So she doesn't like to have money in her purse. I go. That's thunder. Oh, shit, I hope it doesn't cause static.
What?
It's thundering outside.
Thunder? Oh, no! Oh, wow, the gods really hate us.
Yeah.
Quick, get under with a pole. Get distracted.
Hold on, let me bring the mic out there and hold it up.
Can I just say, thank you? That usually comes at me. It was nice that you mixed it up.
Really? Really?
That was so refreshing.
It was unusual.
It was
it's shaking things up.
It was a nice crisp breeze on an August day. It was really lovely. Wishing Pip dead for a change.
It was like the daffodils of August.
And it just shows that he's expanding creatively too.
I gotta tell you, you ever had like an early spring storm, that first clap of thunder after scares the living shit out of you?
Oh, no kidding. I was gonna...
Well, I assume the first storm came right before a musical performance, and Mike gave you what for, with all the living shit being scared out of you.
Yeah, what have you been eating now?
You knew there was a... Don't you watch the weather before a gig? How do you eat that? Fucking maniac.
Truly.
He was mad. He was lecturing me. I'm like, I've been entertaining, right? No, I'm going to eat before a gig. I mean, sometimes, once in a blue moon, 2 weeks ago, that thing 2 years ago, what are you going to do?
My goodness. I mean, yeah, it's like you don't know what you're doing by now. Yeah, nobody wants to get sick and standing in front of a bunch of people. Trust. No. Nope.
I go, tell me in great detail what we will do if I send you $150.
In great detail.
Well, because
I like that.
I got a show to write, and I got a horny woman over here.
There you go.
She goes, I always get Rob. I always get Rob. Then she goes, you're probably not ready, I guess. Action speaks louder. Do your part and love me with the rest. Like, I'm actually offering her like, if she lived in Newark, and I'm giving her $150 in cash, this is a good deal.
She said, do you part love me with the what?
With the rest.
The rat?
The rest!
I don't understand. She's
Why would you?
Wait, I know. Thank you.
I'm the asshole here.
Well, slow down. You might be one of a few, but it doesn't mean you're not one of them. Can't believe I gotta give everybody their roles tonight. Thought this was already established. Anyway, she goes. I go. I want to know what I get for my investment. She goes. If you believe. Oh, that was like a Disney movie. If you just motorboat me, dreams do come true.
Oh, God. Probably going to be costing as much as Disney, too.
I go, tell me. She goes, sex is important. Love is outside and inside the bedroom. New things in bed help strengthen and renew the relationship. You make me feel your sexual desire with your eyes, and it usually takes only a few seconds. I love when you look at me in the right way, when you gently put your hand in my hair. I like those kisses with closed mouth, like in the movies. They are like a preliminary, and make me thirsty for what is going to follow.
All right, she's got.
Is that you that wrote that or her?
That was her.
She's about as romantic as instructions on a poison box.
Well, Joe, do you have experience in sexting? Are you much better at it? You're very critical. Do you have something you want to share?
We've heard about insects last week.
I mean, he's very critical about how everybody else does it. Like he knows better.
Yeah, we want to hear some of your writing prowess.
Let's hear some of your writing, Shakespeare.
You've heard the daffodils of August.
It's been a long time.
Yes, wait.
What, you don't have newer work from a decade? I find that hard to believe, a man of your talents.
No, that's my stairway of heaven, friend. I don't need to go any further.
My stairway
You're not resting on your laurels. You're resting on your whoopee cushion.
Joe put down his feather pen, put it back in the ink jar, and that was it. There was nothing more to do. I go, that is cut and paste. For 150, what will our night be in your words? She goes, I would satisfy you with all pleasure and desire, making you scream out my name. I'm probably digging through my deep hole pussy, having the smell of my orgasm over you. That a girl. Now we got some real writing.
Now, the interesting thing about that is that you shot back. That was cut and paste. She didn't waste a second shooting back with a snappy answer. Usually they go, well, no, it's not. No, she shot right back. And then gave you a couple of things that could happen.
I will message her and tell her that you were a fan of probably digging through my deep hole pussy.
Instead of the half pussy.
And it's spelled H-O-L-E.
My deep hole.
And coming from somebody that wrote the daffodils of August, you should be taking that as a compliment.
Sure.
Yes, you should, because you know what standards we hold.
So then she sends a naked picture of her holding a stripper pole and the payment method again.
Wow.
She goes, I'm waiting to give you the location where you would meet me. I go, that's not bad. Fuck it. What do I get for $1,000? Make it good. You have me in a generous mood. Don't leave out any details.
I love the fake Daphne can get them to write porn. Awesome.
The thing is, one of my customers at the day program is a great guy. I go, it's going to cost this. I don't think so. Well, that's the price, you know. I don't give a shit. I'm going to pay what I want. All right.
Let me show you the junk pile that we have. Boxes of broken parts that we give for what you want to spend.
She goes, serious? I go, of course. She goes, you have sent even $1 and you're requesting more. Do your part something so I know you are serious. I go because if I'm not wasting my time with $30 bullshit. And she actually liked that comment. She goes, and I would be very ready. And she goes, you think so? No problem. Feel free to stop taking to me. I go, well, we have established what this is. Now that I know, let's go balls deep. And she liked that comment.
Oh, of course she did.
I go, 1,000. I go, what is my night like, Maria?
Yeah.
She goes, I think I'm done here.
Oh boy. Right.
I go, your choice. She goes, I don't like being used. I go, you know I have the money. I'm not using you. She goes, my friends here are making fun of me here. They're making fun of you here too, dear.
Yeah. We're not her friends.
Sure. She goes, I wanted a relationship with you. Yesterday was lovely. She goes, I told them I'm expecting someone special, and I go, we spent the day chatting. She goes, I also want to have one with you, meaning a relationship. I go, obviously I like you. She goes, yes, and I also like that. And I know that. I remember with just me, it's not right asking you for money. I go, then why insult me and say I'm using you? She goes, but I don't have anyone to help me with, and I meet you. I go, I wanted to take you out. That was my first choice. She goes, I know that, but things happen. And then she quotes then why insult me and say I'm using you? She goes, sorry, I don't mean it that way. I go with your friend, and let me know if you want to pursue a relationship or not. Take the money out of it. Make it me and you, yes or no. Let me know sometime this week. You're worth the wait. She goes, I don't want the money from you, and I don't think I'm like all those ladies here. Who takes money from men and vanish away? Do you have a cell phone number? I do, and I'm not giving it to you. And that is a tip that I wish everybody who thinks they can do what I can do, and they can't, would do. Do not give out the cell phone number. Do not give out personal information. But I know what I'm doing. No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Not in any facet of your life, dear. You absolutely do not.
You don't know if you have to ask the question, why shouldn't I?
Yes, exactly. You don't know. This person goes, you ever have those times when you question every decision you've ever made? I go, no. It's true. I don't have those moments where I question every decision. No, not every decision. I've made some damn good decisions. She's upstairs right now. They're sitting right here, for better or for worse.
Wait, did we take those vows, Joe?
Joe's being on his best behavior, so tonight it's a good decision. Fast forward 4.5 months again when he has another fucking breakdown, and we'll see. But for tonight, I made 2 good decisions.
Joe, you have to slow down. It's my turn.
It's true. You really haven't had one. You just, well.
What? I haven't had a.
Not a break. You've never taken it out on me.
No.
No, I help you through a tough time.
Yes.
All right.
I've had plenty.
Yes, you have. She goes, I don't want to take money from. She goes, do you have a cell phone number? I go, I offered to take you out. You tell me send me $30. She goes, yes, it's for my internet. I go, I was going to take you someplace much nicer than $30. I'm not some cheap ass punk.
Yeah.
She goes, that's why I asked because I'm on my chatting with you. Sorry, if you feel bad, I don't know your plans probably. I go, if we become a couple, you won't want for anything. That's what I tell them all. She goes, I know you're not cheap. You're very expensive.
Oh, what does she mean by that?
I think by calling me expensive is actually another way of calling me cheap.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I go, you've disrespected me. She goes, and I trust you. Then she goes, don't feel bad. I go, if you trusted me, I wouldn't need a deposit to see you.
You don't think I'm not going to give you the bottle back?
What is this? Is this Aldi's and you're a shopping cart? Here, let me stick a quarter in the slot. You get it back, Joe.
I don't care.
Okay. No, you're not getting charged a quarter.
You're depositing a quarter.
I am not renting a cart for 25 cents. I am not taking a coin out of my thing and putting it in and trying to get a coin back.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're very brave with the stands you make. Real inspiration.
Understand.
Should I put myself on campus and hang out with the cart?
I think maybe you should hang out at Aldi's and form a protest. Yell at the Jews on Sunday as they try to get cheaper produce.
Don't you know those tents are just overhanging a bunch of carts?
Yes.
They're just keeping them dry.
And Pip, that's where Pip deposits.
Don't get me wrong, I'm going in. We have a Coke package, Summer Diet Coke, which tastes exactly the same as regular Diet Coke, and the Stop and Shop has it for $10. Aldi has it for $3 even.
What? Wow.
Are you done, ShopRite Shopper? Can we go on?
No, I'm stuck behind an old woman that's paying by check.
She goes, I asked little because I don't know your situation. I go, I spent all yesterday chatting, and then you're like, for more, give me money. What the fuck? She goes, you're not depositing. It's a help. I was ashamed asking. She goes, I see you're getting mad at me. Do you really love me with all heart? I go, you have money to hang with your friends. Those glamour shots are expensive. You're testing me, and I don't appreciate that one bit.
Nice.
Good for me. Good for fake me.
Yeah, good for fake you. Not you.
Well, not me. She goes, sorry, I guess we should talk later. I go, I'm not a child to be given tests. I'm a man, and I want a grown-ass woman.
I feel like you should be pounding on your chest and like, oh! There you go.
Yes. She goes, probably when you're happy with me. I go, if you can be that, I'm very interested. If not, find another boy toy. She goes, okay, my man.
What a weird
She
answer.
goes, I can be whatever you want. I go, I don't want tests. I don't want BS. I want a partner. I want a ride or die. I want a queen. I want a lover. You think about whether you can be all of that. I also need somebody for this sketch. Think about what type of material we'll be digging in your whole pussy.
Wow. Are you going spelunking?
I like what you said. It sounds dirty. She goes, I can be everything you want in a woman. I go, then stop the BS. Go out with your friends. I'm going to the gun range to clear my head. Good night, Maria.
To the gun range. Oh.
She goes, good night. I go, have fun and be safe. She goes, and you too, honey. I hope you have forgiven me. Sorry for what happened yesterday. I go, it's fine. Everyone can make a mistake. You just need to decide if you want to try and have an adult relationship with me. It's up to you. You know what I bring to the table. She goes, I want to have one, my dear. You've made me feel the way I haven't felt before. I think I would give you a chance, and I trust you're good and healthy. Oh, I laugh. I go, I'm very good and very healthy. She goes, okay, thank you for your time here and understanding. I go, it's fine, Maria. If you were my forever, it is all worth it. She goes, I know now that love is at first sight truly exists. I go, who'd you see? She goes, I would try my best to be what you want. Devin, Devin.
Oh, dear God.
I go, I just don't want tests and games and lies. Everything else I can accept. But we haven't met. She goes, can I have your cell phone number so I can text you with mine? No! No, you can't, because you're a scammer and I'm not a maroon. She goes, that's what's going to happen probably. I go, you were in Newark, right? I go, I don't have a calling plan. Everyone reaches me here in email. She goes, yes, honey. You shills get one probably. I go, don't have time for phone calls and that sort of thing. Don't even have time for this, but maybe you are fake. She goes, what's your email? What do you mean I'm fake? I said, davincomedy@mail.com. I go, fate or not? She goes, here's mine, honey. Maria Milton 1313@gmail.com. I go, okay, cool. I'll send you an invite. I go, oh, you mean Google Chat? She goes, yes, my dear. I go, okay, that is different. I only give that out to family. Maria, is this for real? If so, I'll give to you because it's really for the inner circle. She goes, yes, my dear. Can I have the Google Chat email now? And I give it to her. She goes, thank you for your trust, baby. I go, you're welcome. And I think that's a good place to end it.
Why is
What?
she moving in a hangout that you really like to go?
Because they get deleted in Instagram. Turns out they get deleted in Google Chats too. That's been happening a lot more, and they want me to go to other places. But they want me to go to
Yeah,
other
they
places.
want you to go to other places.
But yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yeah.
So now she wants to be in a relationship with me.
You know, that did turn around a lot.
I really parried that money attempt. I sidestepped that well.
Yeah, really, because she was determined. She's like, well, I don't have to talk to you if you're not ready to pony up. I got to give it to you. I'm really surprised that we're back in good graces.
Why?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't doubt you at this point, but it's like,
Correct.
I literally thought that she was going to be like, okay, well, if you can't even do this for me, bye. But look at this.
Well, I do have to ask again, because we've had a differing of opinion. Is this a man or a woman?
I think it's a woman.
That's not what you said initially.
No, and you mentioned it, and I initially I did, and I think last week I said it was a woman.
You did.
I'm not being facetious, but which would indicate that still, even with this segment, I'm still thinking it as a woman. I've changed up to this.
What do you think, Pip?
I'm still feeling the woman vibe off of this.
You think it's the chick in the pictures?
No.
You don't think it's a white chick with big tits and ass living in Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah. No. Yeah, no. I don't think that that's the person that it is. But it still kind of feels like it's a female. So I could be wrong. I would love it if there was some way that at the end of all of these we could get the big reveal and see who you were really talking to. I would love if
Well,
we had the
we've done that
powers.
before.
I mean, we have been able to, but I mean, like every
If that were to
time-
happen, would there be blowjobs all around?
No.
Then why would I make that happen for you? What's in it for me?
That's always what it comes back to.
Pretty much. I'm very easy to shop for.
Like you said, you're transparent.
Very.
I'm very easy to shop.
I'm nothing but surface. More levels of surface.
That's why you get nothing from me.
Nothing.
Nothing.
You're getting my creeping Jenny.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. So yeah, I think that's a good place to start. So we'll pick that up next week. Like to thank Sensei Russ Ferdico for his continued
Yes.
support, and again a shout out to his wife Susan. She's recovering from neck surgery, and she's home now.
That's awesome.
And Russ is taking care of her, so we wish her a speedy
recovery.
Yes, please.
Portobello, Pittsburgh, Kennedy, New Jersey, most exclusive fine dining Italian restaurant. Tuscan villa setting will make you feel like you've been transported to the old country. Every dish prepared with care and attention to detail, and the Portobello chef will have it catered to any day dietary needs. Thus ensuring every visit is not just a meal but an experience. Portobello is open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday and on Sunday. Portobello features a sumptuous brunch in addition to the dinner menu, which is available all day. On Friday and Saturday nights, Portobello features live entertainment starting at 9 p.m. Portobello Banquet, that's your destination for that special event. Sweet 16, wedding, office party, anything that has to impress. Because their professional staff will ensure that your event will not be just an occasion, but a memory. Portobello Banquet is also open on the Saturday night, by Side Splitting Productions owner. Davin, I guess we're going to have something coming up in several months.
Yeah, we're working on it.
All right, we will keep you posted. But in the meantime, experience all that Portobello has to offer. 175 Ramapo Valley Road, Milton, New Jersey. Give them a call, 201-337-8990. That is 201-337-8990. Visit their website, portobellonj.com. That is portobellonj.com. You deserve the best. You deserve a great night out and a great time. You deserve Portobello.
Side Splitting Productions for all your comedy needs. You know, got proms, graduation parties, roasts. Want to piss off somebody? Call us. 551-404-3094, 551-404-3094, sidesplittingproductions.com. Joe, where are you going to be this week, if anywhere?
I will be with my pal, one of the most hysterical comics around, Adam Ferrara at Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club. This Friday, May 4th, showtime is at 9 p.m. Go to UncleVinny'sComedyClub.com or dial 1-877-Uncle-VIN. And then I am going to be at the wonderful Nasty Beach Club, the gig that I usually do every year on the 3rd. I'm sorry, the 3rd was the Uncle Vinny show. 4th is Nasty Beach Club. And I'll be out there with my friend Ted Downey Jr., Jessica Palazzo, and Mike Keegan. It's going to be a great night.
There you go. All right, Wednesday, May 1st, Side Splitting Productions presents live comedy at Andiamo Restaurant in Harworth, New Jersey, starring Eric Tartaglione, Bill Chang, and Chris Williamson. I'm going to hit the stage 2. I'm actually going to host it. I wasn't supposed to be on the show. I'm going to host it. I'm going to give Chris a 15-minute spot. I'm going to host it so I can work on some of this new stuff. I don't have a lot of stage time coming up. I am taking a sabbatical. Because the audiences have had enough. So I am going to, I'll hit the stage 2. And then on Friday, May 3rd, Side Splitting Productions presents live comedy in Wanacue, New Jersey at Il Palazzo, starring Tom Daddario, the aforementioned Mike Keegan, and Gene Kim, with special guest Helene Witt. Then Sunday, May 5th, Side Splitting Productions presents live comedy at Regency at Monroe, in Monroe Township, New Jersey. We're doing 3 shows. The first 2 shows sold out that quickly. It is going to be yours truly and Joey Cola.
Oh, wow.
You know Joey. You know Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're each doing a half an hour. It's gonna. So we're just like knocking it out of there. We're doing 3 1-hour shows. It's gonna be a good night.
That's gonna be great.
Yeah. So Yeah, Joey's happy too, so it's good when Joey's happy.
Awesome.
We like Joey a lot. All right, great comic. So there's a lot of good comedy this week, whether you're on the island or New Jersey. Good stuff to see, or down the shore. You could go see Joe and Adam.
Yeah, you guys are doing really good double shows.
Yep. And then next week you go. That's enough.
We gave and gave. We have nothing left.
My calendar looks very barren.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I've got it. I'll be doing my plug when we do syndication, but after the next weekend, I got some gardening to catch up on.
We can really knuckle down and work on the radio show. It's good. A lot of time to work on the radio show. All right. On the break, we got new music from Glypho and Celine Akbob. Let's hope that's right. With I Can't Wait for You and Intended Immigration with Barbie Girl. Now, this is a little different take on the Aqua song from the 90s, Barbie Girl, that was back and popular again when the Barbie movie came out, which is very good. So it's a cover of that. And you can learn more about both at khp-music.de. When we come back, some things about scammers that hit close to home, about how dangerous and how insidious and how they can really sink your fangs into you. This isn't like stories that I'm reading that happen to other people. This is stuff in my universe to a degree. So we'll do that and other stuff. So it's a short break. Come right back. All right, we have 6 minutes. Come on, Turtle. Marie's getting interesting, eh?
I really liked tonight. That was good.
What, the fact that I offered her 1,500? Or that we were digging in her whole pussy?
Oh, little phrase. That was like kind of ew. That was not like romantic or sexy. Jigging in my whole pussy. All of it. Yeah.
It's a disco song.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a disco song, but it's not familiar, but like reminiscent or something.
I don't know if I need.
What is that?
Oh, I thought I couldn't find it. It's a new song, but it's like
No,
what?
it's a kitty thing.
Oh, it's just a picture frame.
Oh, but what?
We never put our cats in it.
It's a kitty frame to put your cats in.
Sure.
It's like kind of
A lot of stuff to do. That's down. Hopefully this will work.
yeah. And it sounds like the electric part of the storm has passed over, so
Yeah.
we're good.
I like the original one better.
Yeah, me too.
But it is different.
Yeah.
So much for the electrical car passing.
Yeah, I hadn't heard anything in a while. It's like, oh, guess they're not done.
You ready with 10 minutes?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What?
Oh yeah, that's right. I gotta do it on my phone.
All right. Whenever you are ready.
1 second. Oh, darn it.
See? All
I
right.
know, I wasn't paying attention.
This is what
Got
happened.
it.
All right. 10 minutes, everybody. 10 minutes on the clock. Oops. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Why the hell did that play? Start it again.
Got
What the
it.
hell's... What the hell's... Why did that not work? That's not what I wanted. My bad. Try that again. 10 minutes again.
Ready?
I'm an asshole. There we go.
It's Wrecking Ball Radio.
Shut up and entertain. There's no rules. There's no rules.
Holy it's amazing.
I see her sarcasm and nastiness grow.
This is Davin's Den.
Good evening, everybody. You are listening to Davin's Den. Yes, Davin's Den, the show that is better than 45's farts. We are better than that. I guarantee it. On the show, I'm going to do a little Scam Busters, actually, on the show. Going to do a little bit of that. I talk about scammers for a second. Fart stories. We got a fart story, so I haven't done that in a while. And it's a smelly rumor about a former president. And comics in the news, and a comedian says, "Tough titty," to an audience member. What? No.
Can we?
I just did.
No.
I think I said TT. TT.
That's what you said.
Yes, I said TT.
I knew you said something closer to that.
Yeah. Okay, so let me try to find my little Scam Busters music here. Has to be very short. It's a very long thing. So we're just eating up time right here, which is not what I want to do. Here we go. So a little extra, please. A little extra, please. A little extra, please. All right. So I have often said that scammers are not to be trifled with. About a couple of months ago, and I tell people, don't do what I do, because what I do is not a smart thing to do.
No.
But, I take certain precautions. I'm fully aware that these are criminals. Yeah. I know I am dealing with criminals. I don't give out certain information. I try to talk to them on certain platforms where I could keep loved ones away. I don't give out where I live. I don't. I don't give out my telephone number, although they ask. So a couple of months ago, we had Bella on the show, and Bella fancied herself as someone who scams scammers. Remember this?
Yeah, I do.
Bella thought that she was the scammer she was dealing with was a psychic, and Bella thought that she was scamming the scammer. Although Bella doesn't understand that when you scam the scammer, you don't send them money for their scamming product. Like she bought a potion to make it work, a love potion. Maybe it worked. I don't know if it worked or it didn't work. But yeah, like if you're gonna send money, there should be another ulterior. There should be a reason to send the money if you're gonna send the money. Like I've been doing this long enough now. Mm-hmm. It crosses my mind. Sometimes I'll send money to keep the bit going. You never send what they want to send, but you go, all right, you know what? This is a good one.
Right.
Cost of doing business.
Right.
You know, we're not moving to Yemen or Nigeria or whatever, but if it keeps it going a little bit, I'll duke you a couple bucks.
Yeah, we do. And we do have a show to do.
We do have a show to do. And the other thing we learned in that was that she was handling money for the scammer from other people when she thought she was handling taxes, in which case I said, no, dear, you're money laundering. Mm-hmm. I said, you need to talk to a lawyer right away.
Yes.
Well, Bella doesn't listen to me.
Oh, no.
Although she constantly asks me advice, she doesn't listen. I don't know if she ever sought an attorney. It certainly never went anywhere. And apparently she gave out personal information because I get a phone call from Bella. I just got a text message from the FBI threatening me. Well, the FBI doesn't send their threats via text. If the FBI is going to threaten you, right before sunbreak, like right before the sun rises.
Yeah.
That's usually when they show up. Yeah. If they want to get you. Yeah, exactly. They're not really subtle with their intentions. Yeah. There's a warrant and there's knocking down your door. There's not a misspelled text message that you better comply.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the FBI doesn't send text messages. This isn't the FBI. This is probably your scammer. She goes, oh, well, explain why I got a call from Nigeria. You think? You think? Would that explain it, dear? Would that? And then she goes, they're threatening me. They're threatening my family. They're threatening my boyfriend. Should I be scared? I said, listen, chances are you're okay. Mm-hmm. But some of them do have people here. There was just an arrest a week or two ago of a Nigerian scammer ring where they arrested some Americans. So it is possible they have people here.
Right, they might have accomplices in the U.S. We don't know that for sure.
She's like, should I call? My boyfriend thinks I should call the police. Should I call the police? I go, you can. She goes, well, what would you do? I go, I'd go about my life and be vigilant. I go, I've been threatened. It's always jarring when somebody sends the knife emoji with the red blood and says they're going to slit your throat. I'm not. No, it's serious. It happens to me.
Really?
Yes, really. I am dealing with not nice people. So she was completely rattled by this.
Of course.
And I feel bad for her, but again, I can't stress enough, don't do what I do. Okay, so that's Bella. How much time do I have on the clock? Is this another...
Well, we have 4 minutes.
Okay. So I have been scamming this scammer and this syndicate about a year ago, and I got my co-writer Sean involved, and he was dating my girlfriend's cousin, and this had gone on for a while. Mm-hmm. And then I'd say last April, about a year ago, she broke up with me. It's always, I find my fatal flaw is they call me greedy and stingy. I am stingy.
Withholding.
I am withholding. It always comes down to the gift cards.
I noticed that you don't give them out a lot, ever. A lot.
But I'm generous with you too around the holidays.
Oh yeah.
Never a gift card, but
us. But when I threaten you for gift cards, nothing.
Nothing. So she reappeared. What?
Have you noticed when you go to the store when they have the gift card, they now have a statement on there?
Yes.
Make sure you're using it and not sending it to somebody out of the country.
I believe it. It says this means you, Bella. Anyway,
I've seen that.
yes. Ding Bella.
No.
So she reappears a week ago. So, and this whole scammer syndicate, and it's very evolved, and we'll get there at some point. But
Right.
that's not the point of this now. So I start dating my ex's friend for about 24 hours. Start dating her. And I see that some other guy likes her. This guy, I don't want to sound cruel, but didn't do his hair. Like his hair in like every picture is a mess.
Mm-hmm.
The beard wild and unkempt.
Right.
On his page are just like various posts of him saying I'm a loser, people are rude, nobody loves me. It's filled
Ooh.
with scammers. I looked at this profile, hand to God, if he's there or not. Hand to God, either hand. I said, I wonder if this is a scam baiter. I seriously thought this, because this was such a scam man. Because I don't do that. I don't try to bait the scammers. They find me.
Right.
But I went like, this looks so sad. So sad.
It can't possibly be true. It's got to be made.
So now I have a decision to make,
Oh.
because it looks like this guy's in love with her.
Yeah.
And she's loving him. So I can ignore this to keep the bit going. Or, I can do, all right, let me try to help this guy. So I ask her what all this is about, because
Right.
I'm trying to get answers. Oh, he means nothing to me. He's just a boyfriend. You're my boy lover. You're the one I want to be with, and I have things. So like on some post on one of the pages, she goes, "This is my girlfriend." I go, "Is she?" I'm gonna need more time. You go, "Is she?" And he's like, "Yes, she is." All right. Long story short, I send him screenshots of everything
Yeah.
that she's not. I send, then I have my alter ego who I send in to help people, who is a made-up character who I've sent in to help people, and we'll be seeing this character soon,
Right.
and posting on the page, listen man, this page is full of scammers, they're going to ask you for gift cards, they'll never do a video call with you, if you do talk to them, they'll have an African accent. I'm getting all this in. I'm putting it all there. Well, my girlfriend, she commands that he blocks me. She breaks up with me. I did everything I could do to save this guy. They were just together for like a day or two.
Oh.
It wasn't like months
Right.
or even weeks. It was like a day or two, and already he could not see. Like I thought at one point I had him right because he was agreeing with my alter ego
Right.
on his page. He's like, "Yeah, this had to be said. Thank you, but no." I mean, I'm still in the fight. I'm still trying to help this guy.
Oh, but this poor bastard.
It just shows how these scammers can get their hooks on you. So you got to be careful. All right, when we come back, fart stories.
Oh, this poor guy.
I gotta show. I mean, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It looks like a Muppet.
Oh,
And then I lost to him. I lost out to him. What's that say about real
I
me?
weren't trying to mean it's just like, you're trying to say, guy looks like a hot mess. He looks like...
He's posting that he's a hot mess.
And it's
Yeah.
sad and, oh.
It just shows how once they get their fangs into you.
Yeah.
So, there's fart stories. I never know where I'm going to find fart stories, but there, I found it. All right. So were those good stories? Was that good? Was that worth
Yeah,
it?
no, those both were good. Damn.
But I got some really wild stuff coming up if we ever get to them.
Cool.
I mean, come on, cockatoo.
Or two.
I deserve it. I work hard. I work hard for my cockatoo. Don't you judge me.
Or two.
What, you don't think I can handle? You don't think I'm man enough?
No, oh, no. I think you could handle more than two.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're well.
It's the type
You're
of support
welcome.
I need. All right. Joe has nothing to say because he knows he couldn't.
No, I thought I threw something in my tail, and I'm like, no, it didn't go. I'm gonna go pick
This is 9 minutes. Kareem Abdul stupid.
This is Davin's Den.
All right, we are back. You're listening to Davin's Den. We certainly appreciate you hanging out with us. A little PSA to start the show. That's what we did right there. Now we're just going to have a PU to start the show. Little fart stories right here. Haven't played this bumper in a while.
Welcome to Fart Stories.
Take that, AM and FM. You wanted to make us civilized, did you?
It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not. All right, Donald Trump's former lawyer and fixer. I like it. Like everything that's broken, you send this guy in. The fixer. I need a fixer. Michael Cohen.
I need him.
Michael Cohen has responded to rumors that the Republican is passing wind throughout his hush money trial. Well, it's not really a hush money trial unless they're silent but deadly. Cohen, who has emerged as a vocal Trump critic, is set to testify in the high-profile trial. By the way, this is in Newsweek, this story, which will determine whether the former president will determine. Yeah. Well, this is putting the pew in Pulitzer. Whether the former president falsified business records over payments allegedly facilitated by Cohen to former adult film star Stormy Daniels to keep an alleged affair secret before the 2016 alleged in a criminal indictment. Prosecutors led by the Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, yeah, I'm the best, alleged the payments were part of a scheme to stop potentially damaging stories about the Republican from becoming public. Trump, the presumptive Republican presidential nominee for the 2024 election, has denied wrongdoing and pleaded not guilty to all 34 charges against him in the case. As the trial continued, a rumor has emerged about Trump's courtroom etiquette. Midas Touch founder Ben Macelis cited credible sources who informed him that Trump was farting in court and causing a smell. It's a putrid odor in the courtroom, he said on his podcast, adding that Trump's lawyers were, quote, repulsed by the scent and the smell. Macelis, what I'm hearing from credible sources is that Donald Trump is actually farting in the courtroom. I'm hearing it from actual credible people that as he's kind of falling asleep, he's actually passing gas, and that his lawyers are really struggling with the smell. Help me, Your Honor!
I'm struggling over here.
George Conway, who was campaigning against Trump, said on X that he had also heard similar rumors. Newsweek has been unable to verify these claims, and the fact checker Snopes has rated them as unproven. Newsweek has contacted a representative for Trump by email for a comment on the story. So does he fart? Yeah, he does. So Snopes performed its own investigation, which is probably my favorite part of this story. Its own investigation into whether this rumor passed the smell test, but came up short. Everything we found could be traced back to either Marcellus or Conway, because neither of them shared who their sources were. It was a Charmin bear. And no major news outlet had covered the supposed flatulence. We have rated this claim as unproven. Pip, this was your blog. You can expound upon, or we can roll up our hands and get right to it.
We can roll up our hands and get right to it.
All right, let's really analyze this, guys. I mean, I've done some investigative reporting in my day.
In that courtroom?
Let's think about it. If you look at Donald Trump's diet, it would stand to reason that he's a farter. If you look at his narcissism, it would stand to reason that he would fart. It's the best. It's odiferous. If that was a word he knew. Like it would stand to reason, like I used to do when I was walking back in the day. You know, look, crop dust, I got a little something for the people. Because that's how narcissistic. It would stand to reason.
If it actually was him, don't you think he tried to bottle it and sell it?
People have done that.
What do you say? His next move is to be an OnlyFans girl?
Yes. Yes.
It stands to reason that Donald Trump is farting in the courtroom. Does it not?
Oh, yeah.
However,
However?
I don't think he is, and hear me out.
I don't believe you.
Listen to...
Okay.
All right. First of all, when one farts on a chair, one must lift a cheek. Nobody just farts without lifting. You're going to lift. And this would be noticed. You would see him shifting. They would say Mr. Trump was shifting uneasily to his right or his left. They're watching his every move. Also, and this comes from personal experience. These chairs are wooden. While I have not farted on a wooden chair, I have farted on a wooden floor. And I will tell you, sound carries. It is a loud sound. There is no way everything is just silent but deadly.
So wood is
It wasn't intentional.
wood is a fart conductor?
Wood is a fart conductor.
Oh, I see. Okay. Science.
Much like how in the April Fool's show, I had to rule that Trump was not the worst, and it pained me so, giving the victory to Joe. But again, I have to rule in this case. I don't think it's. There might be a few silent but deadlies. There might be, but it's not a steady flow of farting, because you gotta lift. Because the fart will elevate you off the chair if you don't give it the respect and space it needs.
Right. And you know what? Somebody's got to figure out. Somebody's standing there getting their nostril pads stitched off.
Well, let's talk about that. Like Snopes investigation. What, they have somebody come in and smell the chair? How does that investigation go down?
I think sitting close enough and just like keeping your wits about you.
Excuse me, you have a press pass? Yes, we're here from Snopes. Oh, you're here to cover the trial? No, we're here to see if the former president's farting.
I think that's a valid reason. You listen, he's already nodding off, and maybe there's a slight shift to the way he's sitting, just enough so that one cheek might be slightly elevated enough for this to actually be slipping on by.
You don't think if he was farting up a storm, he would own it?
Oh yeah, they're the best ones ever.
Nobody farts like, did you hear that? It was long and loud and proud.
I just didn't think he would.
Perfect fart.
I think
Kim Jong-un said it was the best. Everybody's saying they want to bask in my farts. It's the best.
Putin loves my farts.
He changed his name to Putin after me.
No, Tootin.
Tootin'. Yeah, you just see the two of them meet and have a little tootin'. So, Pip, you think he's farting?
I think he's farting. Listen, his whole diet is the clown and Colonel. There is stuff slipping on by, and I think that the people close enough would be like, you probably see their eyes inching open with the recognition of what is happening, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse, actually worse. I think that you have to watch his lawyer's eyes to know the truth.
Joe, what do you think?
I don't think he is farting, but I tell you, I wish he would. I wish he farted when he was president. If he becomes president again, I wish he would fart. I wish he would meet with Putin and eat a bunch of baked beans before he goes in and watches Putin's eyes water. I'll get out of Ukraine. Anything. I'll get out.
Yeah, but he likes Putin. He wouldn't do that.
Listen,
He would do that with Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, Nancy, pull my finger. Pull my finger, Nancy.
what was the Prime Minister of Germany that he pushed aside? I would give her a little.
Angela Merkel.
No, but yeah, but that's not who he pushed aside. That was somebody at the United Nations.
Oh yeah, I know that, but he kind of got in her way too. No, he pushed aside the guy from I can't remember the name of the country. But no, I know. I think he just doesn't care.
Should the news be covering this, though? I kind of feel like they should.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, if this is the...
Not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so crazy.
It's
Why not?
it's all a circus. Get that boom mic in there. Let's know.
Here's the thing. Here's what MAGA people would go. If Trump denied it, they go, no, he's not farting. Then if he said, you know what, I farted and it was the best. And to Joe's point that he said earlier, they would try to buy it. All right, when we come back, where can you bring your sucking kid? What? I said
Sucking kid.
what? No?
No, yes.
I thought that was a fun segment.
I did too. I can't believe I'm sitting at work writing this.
I thought it was your finest work yet.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I was very motivated.
Snopes got dragged
That's why when I saw that, I'm like, all right, we got to cover this. Like if it's just all right, maybe yes or no. But then when Snopes is investigating,
Yeah, it's like, really? This isn't just like some internet rumors. This is actually people.
Wanda Sykes is going on late night TV talking about Colin Jost is talking about it at the.
Jimmy Kimmel's talking about it. It's everybody's talking about it.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. It amused me. Father in chief. Mother father.
Motherfucker.
I wonder if comics are going to start talking about him on stage. I don't know if enough people know about it. All right, this segment is 10 minutes. You sure? You got it?
Yep.
You got it? 10 minutes.
It's Wrecking Ball Radio. This is Davin's Den.
And we are back. You are listening to Davin's Den. We certainly hope you aired out in between the break. Shook out whatever you had to shake out.
People need a palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser. Let's do some comics in the news.
And now it's time for Comics in the News.
All right. So, a breastfeeding mom was booted out of Arj Barker, he's a comedian's show, because her baby girl was making noise in the crowd, says the incident left her feeling humiliated. So, Arj Barker, this took place in Australia. Barker's from the United States. Asked the mother of three, Trish Ferranda, and her 7-month-old baby to leave his Melbourne Comedy Festival show at the Athenaeum Theatre. The act sparked a walkout in the theater and triggered a passionate debate. Speaking to 3AW Radio, Miss Ferranda insisted her baby wasn't screaming and hit back at critics who questioned why she took a kid to a 15-plus comedy show. She wasn't screaming. She was just being a baby. She gurgled a little bit. She had a bit of a whinge. I don't know what a whinge is.
Crying.
And nothing loud. The mother said she had intentionally booked seats with her sister and a friend near the front of the theater, but to the side so she can make a quick exit if her baby got too noisy. I didn't want to impact other people. People were out to have a good night. And so was I. And so was my booby. But Barker insisted on asking the woman to leave the theater. Miss Ferranda said 10 or 12 other people, mostly women and mothers, joined her in walking out of the theater in solidarity. It was a boob walk. We booked 2 comedy shows. One was David Hughesy at the very beginning of the Melbourne Comedy Festival. He heard her at his show and he did a skit about her and his own kid. And he moved on with his show like a true professional. In a statement released, Barker refused to back down, insisting the baby was disrupting his performance. The show is strictly age 15, plus is clearly stated on the ticket site. She had an infant with her. The baby was disrupting my performance. On behalf of the other 700 people who paid to see the gig, I politely told her the baby couldn't stay. Yeah, you can stay, but the baby's got to go. She thought I was kidding, because I'm a comic, which made the exchange a bit more awkward. I felt bad about the whole situation, stated this on the night more than once. I offered her a refund. Theater staff should not have seated a baby in my audience in the first place. Barker also spoke to 3AW Radio in a bid to clear his name up on Monday. In the theater sound travels, you can hear the drop of a pin or a nip. It doesn't take much to distract the audience. A boob will do it. And I've worked on these jokes, and there's timing, and there's pauses, and it's just not going to work when there's boobs. A baby. I'm sorry, it's a baby. I made the decision. It wasn't easy. I was really distracted. I was mesmerized by them. It was awkward for me. I said, I'm really sorry, but the baby can't stay. He'll have to walk out on his own. Or she'll have to walk out. Barker said he placed the blame with the promoters for allowing the woman to enter the venue, despite there being a 15-plus age limit. But they didn't say if it was like days. He also rubbish suggestion the fact that woman was breastfeeding had anything to do with the move. I could just make out a woman holding a baby. I had zero idea if she was breastfeeding. No, I didn't even see the baby, to be honest with you. I just saw the breast. Nor would that have been a factor, because I don't have any problem with that. I do have a problem with babies. All right. First of all, I don't think she should have brought the baby. I don't think she should have. And she made a mistake. If you're going to bring the baby, she thought she was doing a plus by being to the side. You got to be in the back with the baby. You can't be in the front row because comics are hypersensitive, hyper-focused.
Sure.
I don't know if he should have made her leave. It's a little much.
I think he should have made a leave. You know what? If you're performing, and he even said that his timing and everything is set on pauses, and what have you. I think having a baby there is a distraction.
All of our timing is set on pauses and whatever. I mean, we used to perform at City Steam, which recently closed, which was a good club in Hartford, Connecticut. And I swear to God, they were breaking dishes like it was a Greek wedding behind the stage. but you know what? You just keep on smiling and going forward with it.
But you want to know something? A little stuff like there was a time. Oh God, that's something 9 years ago, whatever. My ex-wife was coming. My wife, she was coming to a show, and she was running late as always. And she, in the middle of my set, she's walking up to the middle table. She's not making a big scene, but it distracted me. It threw my set because I'm now thinking about, should I make fun of her? Should I say anything? Whatever. There are little things that goes on when you're on stage that can be a distraction.
Yes, I agree with you, but he made it worse. He made it worse. He made it a big thing where now people are walking.
About it is, it gets to a point that if you're on stage, and the guy that has something like that, sometimes you let it go. Me personally, I'll let it go before I say something. But if it's intruding on my timing and throwing me, I gotta stop and goof on the guy.
Right, but that's different. You goofed on them. You're making them feel just uncomfortable enough. If you goof enough, you cannot ask them to leave, but you're kind of making it like they should leave.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
But still, the woman, how inconsiderate of this woman to bring a baby to a show.
I agree with that.
Even there, and also the staff at the theater should, as a father, should have never let her in the first place.
Well, listen, I don't think the staff knew. I think they treated the baby like milk duds. It was probably snuck away in a purse. She probably snuck the baby in a purse, like
Like a tiny dog.
like I do at the movie theater. When I sneak in candy. That's probably what she
Like
did.
milk duds.
Yeah, like milk dud. It was baby milk dud.
It was baby milk dud.
Baby
yes.
milk dud. I would not have the stones to ask somebody to leave for breastfeeding. I don't have those stones. But you've seen me. I've said many times, in certain situations, I'm very wusserific.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember you explaining different situations where you were
You've been at them.
Yes.
When we saw Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
Doesn't
say anything.
we were with your brother and your husband, and there was somebody standing up enjoying themselves, and you couldn't have that.
No.
You had to ask them to sit down.
Yeah. Well, if they're blocking your way, yeah.
I understand. So you probably would have asked the woman with the...
No.
Really?
No, I wouldn't have. Only because of how political asking breastfeeding women to extricate themselves from a place has become. And that's why the other women got up in solidarity, because people have become, they're so like, oh, boobies, that they forget that that's the reason they're there is to feed children.
Well,
And so
are they?
Yes. People get hysterical if a boob comes out and there's, well, her husband should have gone.
You know what he should have done?
But
You know what Orange Barker should have done?
What?
If he was smart like me?
Yeah.
Should have thrown beads at her.
Beans.
Beads.
Oh.
Like Mardi Gras. That's what he should have done. Try to get it around the baby's head. Then now everybody wins. Everybody. You're funny. You're not asking anybody to leave.
The thing about it is,
And Joe's still serious.
the woman knew that it was 15 plus. She brings a kid to a comedy show, and then the comic is the bad guy. I'm sorry.
Would you have had the stones to ask somebody to leave?
You know what? If it was throwing off my timing and it was something like that, yeah, probably would.
I've seen people throw off your timing. I've never seen you ask anybody to leave. I've never asked anybody. Well, actually, I did. Actually, when I was in Maryland a couple months ago, I go, if this keeps up, you're not going to make it to the end of the show. I did say that to him, and he behaved, and he was good, and he had a good time and everything. But it was getting to be where he was stepping on the timing. But again, he was intentionally doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, she was in the wrong.
She's in the wrong.
Bringing that baby into that place. No, and
How does she know the baby's not going to cry?
even sitting in the back would have been bad because it's disturbing the people around her. But now she's disturbing the people around her and the comedian that they've all come to see. She was in the wrong, and the thing is that he kind of compounded it by asking her to leave. Unless like whinging means like crying and fussing. So it's like if he's talking and he's like, and here's pregnant pause. Wah! Oh no! I mean that is really destructive to the set. Yeah. No, but he kind of like stepped in it by asking her to leave because he upset the other ladies. He probably should have just sucked it up and continued and made it a joke.
Take your breast vampire and extricate yourself, woman.
Yeah. Madam, that small person in your lap that is feasting upon you. You have to leave with him.
Are you a buffet and is that a midget? It is time to go.
Can you imagine?
I just did, and it was wonderful.
It was her husband.
All right, wow. Come back. Scamming scammers. Yeah, I don't have the stones for that.
I don't know if I don't know if I would have asked her to leave, but I would have been really ticked off that they seated her.
I would have shown my tit.
I would have enjoyed that.
That'll show you. Now nobody's having a good time.
Look what you've done.
It's all a funny game to my hairy nipple comes out. No!
Why?
Why not? Gather round, women sucketh.
Lisa said, "Baby dead, we're ruining everyone's night."
Stupid baby. No, this woman is so in the wrong.
I hate it when people do that.
Yeah, well, you don't like children. You prefer plants.
My cousin was one of those people, though.
A child, I'm sure.
No, she brought her 8-year-old to a comedy competition where people were talking dirty. And everybody that was performing was like, "Oh God,
I'm gonna fuck your kid."
There's a child in the front row."
Yeah, put the child in the back in the green room where he belongs. All right, Joe, you got stuff to promote on this one?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I don't. I'm a loser. I'm a loser, baby. Why don't you kill me? An upbeat song. All right, this is 10 minutes and 50 seconds.
This is Davin's Den.
Last segment of the evening. The night is drawing to a close, so let us close with some scamming scammers with Elon Musk. I can't think of a better way to close an evening than that. It's like the last call for scammers.
The final Musk.
Scammers every year. When scammers reach out to us, we scam them back. So join us for Davin Den Scams the Scammers.
So we pick up on June 20th of 2022. Now, last time, more so than usual, and that's really saying something, I was really treating Elon like a child.
More than usual. Yes.
So we ended with, I said to him, I hear you, but remember, the better you treat your kids now, the less chance they let you let you rot in a crappy old age facility when you're old. So Elon goes, all right, I hear you. So what are you up to? I go, hanging out with your 8 kids that you don't like.
Oh, snap!
What?
That was a little rough.
Well, it's Father's Day. They need a father. What? It's Father's Day. I'm going to be the father they never had.
Oh, how frightening for them. But go on.
What? I already have one I've ruined. I can ruin more.
You didn't ruin her. You have to try harder.
He goes, come on, not funny, Mr. Davin!
One.
To which I go, it's a little funny. He goes, not at all, Mr. Davin!
Two.
He goes, can we talk about the investment? Mr. Davin!
3.
I have almost forgotten about that. I go, I just thought of a great product for you to create. Space XXX condoms.
Does gravity affect... Oh, never mind.
And I have a slug line for because, of course, we used to do that on the show. Right, products. We haven't done that in a while. Space XXX condoms. When you wanted to send it to Mars, but you don't want to overpopulate the planet. What? No?
No, good.
I go, you can have that one for free. I think it's $1 million idea. See? Mr. Davin is still helping. He goes, seems like you don't take me seriously. We've made Elon into Aunt Jackson.
Jackson.
Seems like you don't take me seriously. Am I a joke to you? And then he gives me the emoji with the hand over the head. I go, no, man. You're unappreciative. You could have printed money with that. See you around, Elon. You have no vision. Very disappointing.
You have no vision. Oh, that hurt.
What? XXX condoms? Excuse me.
I think it's a genius.
As President Trump said, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. That's why he's always saying, excuse me. He's actually farting. He's very polite. People don't give him credit for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
No.
No.
I go, very disappointed. He goes, I really don't like the way to... He goes, I don't really like the way to chat with me. Am I really a joke to you?
Well, yeah.
I go, no, but I'm not feeling it right now. You used to be more fun. I go, if you don't like the way I chat, you can leave.
Oh.
So he takes a timeout. June 22nd, he messages me back.
Wait a minute. What was the?
I did.
You can leave. You just.
Sure. Listen, he wants the respect from Mr. Daffy. You should take it to heart.
Mr. Davin hurt his feet.
You could learn from fake Elon. June 22nd, 3:18 p.m. He goes, hello, how are you doing? I go, fine. He goes, how's work going? I go, fine.
Uh-oh.
Exactly. He goes, all right, so any plans for investment? I go, why are we talking? I don't have time for grown men that have hissy fits. As I'm having a hissy fit.
You're having a lover's quarrel.
Most certainly are. I'm going to make this into a romance scam. He goes, come. Oh, it is one now, isn't it? You haven't said anything about it. Seems you're not interested. I go, haven't thought about it since you got your knickers in a bunch. He goes, what? I go, temper tantrum.
Well, and maybe he doesn't know what knickers in a bunch means.
Well, he responded on the 25th. Took him a couple days. He goes, at 7:53, he goes, hello. At 9:45, I go, hello. At 3:59, he goes, how are you doing? At 5:35, I go, I am good, how are you? He goes, so the next day, June 26th, he goes, fine, thanks. Then June 30th, he goes, hello. I go, hi.
You're really letting him hang out to dry.
I got stuff to do. I can't. I got too many scammers. Not everybody gets my time. Yeah, I am. I gotta make sure you guys are doing the right thing. I can't worry about him. I gave him $1 million idea. July 30th, he goes, how are you doing? I go, fine, how are you? He goes, I'm fine, and you? I go, all is good. He goes, okay. I go, getting ready for your big fight? Now, this is when he was going to fight Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, wow. Hilarious.
And then, but that was real. You would think I wrote it, but...
No, I know.
He goes, you guys are going about this the wrong way. I go, what are you talking about? The 4th of July. He goes, are you really looking forward for that? I go, sure. Are you training? And then we talk on the 8th. He goes, hello. I go, hi. He goes, still following the trends? I go, what trends do you think I'm following? He goes, never mind. How are you doing? I go, you seem to have something on your mind. Out with it. Do you still want to invest?
Oh.
I go, possibly.
Oh, there's the carrot he wanted.
Don't be coy, Roy. He goes, investments are still going on. We can start somewhere if you like now. I go, I'm waiting to see what happens. He goes, what's that? I go, if you kick Zuckerberg's butt, as you promised. My investment now depends on that.
I know. So are you really interested in this?
He's gotta be going, what are you talking
I know.
You know, because he's not keeping up with what the actual real Elon Musk is doing.
Well, whose fault is that?
It's shame on him.
Yeah. Doesn't he know what show he's on?
He has no idea how much homework he has to do for this show.
Thank you, Pip. She gets it. He goes, I go, really, dude? Wow, just wow. And then I sent him a headline that says, if you got the ruler, Elon Musk has the DICK billionaire challenges. Mark Zuckerberg to literal blank measuring contest. So apparently that was a real headline.
Oh man!
And-
And have we got the condoms for you?
Thank you. Pip's on fire. He goes, Then the 15th, hello. I go, what's up, buddy? He goes, on the 16th. He goes, I'm good, and you? I go, I'm good, thanks. He goes, okay, so what have you been up to? I go, I'm at a concert. How's the training going? He goes, good, LL. Go kick his tiny butt, buddy. But it's weird that you guys are mortal enemies, and we were talking on this platform. Why? So this is Mark Zuckerberg's platform. I've said this from the beginning. We're talking on Instagram, which is Meta, which is owned by Zuckerberg. Why aren't we talking on X?
Right.
Because even fake Elon knows Twitter's crap. And then he goes, I wonder, with 4 wondering emojis. I go, what do you wonder? He goes, well, never mind. How have you been? I go, come on, out with it. What? He goes, never mind.
Oh, he's being coy himself.
July 21st, 8:10 p.m. He goes, hello there. I go, hello. He goes, how have you been? I go, bit better. How about you? He goes, I'm fine, thanks. So what have you been up to? Seems you've ghosted me. And this, boys and girls, was the day when the cardiologist insisted I needed to be rushed to the hospital right away.
Oh, wow.
In the ambulance. See, this is how good I am for you, the listener. Not only was I trying to book comics as I'm having a heart scare, I'm also taking care of scammers. I am dealing with my scammer as I'm in the back of the ambulance.
Oh my God! And the picture of his feet looking out the ambulance door. Well, excuse me, I'm trying to keep up with my scammer. Can we get to the hospital faster so I have better internet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Pip gets it. Pip, I'll tell you what, I've never loved you more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You can have my wife's weeds.
Thank you.
He goes, are you all right? I go, hopefully, fingers crossed. He goes, oh, what happened to you? I go, remember my ex that got pissed for talking with you because of the history you guys had? He goes, don't remember your ex, but I remembered you mentioned it, and since then you didn't even bother to invest. Who you been missing out of course? I go, if investing is your primary concern, you can go. I don't need a sales pitch now.
True.
And I think we'll leave it right there.
Cool.
I think that's a good place to leave it.
Yes. Well, you know what? You're on your way to the hospital, so we have to leave it there.
We have to leave it there. What do you guys think?
I
Very interesting that you upset him with everything really going on in his life.
Well, I'm treating him with the respect he deserves, Joe.
and you're trying to explain to him, these are the things you should be keeping up on.
He's terrible at his job.
He really is.
So.
But as usual, you'll show him how to do
I
it.
think that was. Yes, you're very right. I think that was a good version. All right, Joe, what do you got going on this week?
Right. Thursday, May 9th, I will be in Mohegan Sun up in Uppersville, Connecticut. 10 o'clock showdown, 860-862-2000 for reservation. 7,000.
Take your time, buddy. Take your time.
7,000. May 10th, I'll be at the American Hotel with Jackie Watling, which is a treat for me. I've always been a big fan.
Treat for him too. Treat for him too.
Yes.
Call 1-877-UNCLE-BIN or go to UpperMidCountyClub.com for reservations and information.
I have his book here. Would you like to get it signed? I got it at the dollar store.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess that book wasn't a big seller. All right. Fun show tonight. Learned a lot of things. Had a lot of laughs. Good time tonight. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. If you like us, tell a friend. If you hate us,
Tell no one.
either way, please keep on listening.